strangers to scandal.
And Anthony on satellite radio.
Those hosts, Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie here.
Controversial team.
Comment profanity-laced Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy gag. The Opie and Anthony show.
Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
This is dangerous.
There's nothing in the Bible that says you can't tongue an asshole.
Psychotic, sexual, deviant.
I just want to take it in the shitter like a good fruit.
Really, it is a very, very bad thing.
Go fuck yourself.
It's unbelievable.
I love it.
We know we're great. Everyone knows we're great.
Complete horseshit.
This show is never short of gaffers. We're just dicks.
We don't get you one way, we fuck you the other way.
This is like what goes on in a mental institution.
I'm the Opie and Anthony virus, and I'm here to infect you with hilarity.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
I forgot about the virus during the break.
Yes.
Yuck.
Forgot about everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just kind of wound down and forgot about the show and everything.
I think I forgot how to do radio.
I know. I almost forgot how to wake up this morning. Set the alarm. I went to bed, and then I realized just as I was drifting off, holy shit, I gotta set my alarm. Like, I hadn't set it in, over a week, so pop that thing on, I'm just like, fuck.
I drove in today getting nervous. I'm like, I guess I know how to do this.
Do we still know how to do radio? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, good morning. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Is this the last day of November?
Yes, 'tis.
How many days in November? 30 or 31?
30 days has September, April, June, and November.
Okay. Wow, December starts tomorrow.
Yup.
What the fuck?
I've been kind of lucky weather-wise here in New York anyway.
I was biking in Central Park yesterday.
Were you?
You should not be able to do that in late November. Ever.
It's very cold, usually.
It wasn't cold yesterday.
I'm digging it.
Did you see yesterday? I'm starting to think you might not have seen yesterday.
Yesterday I saw the ceiling of my bedroom for a while as I was writhing in pain because my head was pounding from a Category 5 hangover. Finger of God was stirring my brains. It was really...
And obviously your drinks.
Yeah, the night before, that's for sure.
Ooh.
Did you puke?
Yeah, at one point I did. It was just like, it was pure alcohol poisoning.
Are you too old to puke, though?
Yeah, you start feeling like, what am I doing? I'm fucking on my knees in front of the toilet, blah, blah, puking going, and this is purely from drinking. I'm just like, oh, what am I doing?
What color did you get up?
It was all water. It was just all water because I was trying to rehydrate myself.
No, I understand that, but... yeah, okay.
There's a tinge of pink from Pepto-Bismol.
So you're puking and you're still trying to drink water as you're puking?
Dude, here's my hangovers, how they work, though. I stopped drinking, I believe it was 5 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Jesus.
I think.
My God,
It was a drink. Yeah, I know. Throw your arms up. I'm the same way. Oof, who knows? It started at about noon when Laszlo dropped by.
On Saturday,
of course.
He means last Saturday before, the 2 days after we were off.
Yes. The thing is, it's like, it was the last day you could actually party because, you can't party on Sunday because you got to be in here. For the vacation. So Laszlo's like, what are you doing, man? I go, nothing. Come on, hang out. We'll drink a few beers, whatever. So he comes over. We're hanging out, tossing a few back. So he leaves. So, of course, I text up Danny, and he's got some things to do, but he makes it over later on. And, we start drinking. The Bud keg went out, so we just start drinking the Guinness. And then, I don't know, Danny just picks up, he picks up where he left off when he used to bartend. and before I know it, he's got the shaker. He's like Tom Cruise in Cocktail. He's tossing the things around.
Unfortunately, he's not like the other guy in Cocktail at the
end. It wasn't even me that started in, though. You're the one. You're like, hey, bust out shots.
Bust out the shots.
I don't even remember heading downstairs. We were upstairs for a while just watching TV and fucking around. And that was early on in the night, and I barely remember even venturing downstairs.
Yeah. What was the shot? What was the shot?
Oh, easy pussy stuff.
Yeah,
it was just like amaretto and cranberry juice.
There were a lot of them.
Yeah, I think there might have been because
and ridiculous amounts of beer. and
Yeah,
shit.
I definitely had a gigantic alcohol blackout. Like, I'm missing big chunks of time.
chunks of
Big chunks of
Saturday
time, yeah.
night, early Sunday morning.
That usually means something happened to your fanny.
Yep.
Well, I remember,
Right, Jimmy?
Yes, it
Right?
does.
Tiny sex.
I just remember at one point, like, it was kind of like waking up in the middle of a conversation, and I just remember just going, I don't even know what I'm talking about. And I think that's probably time. That was when it was time to wrap up, I think.
I gotta go to bed. So I get up to go to bed, and I decide it was a good time to reheat up my Japanese hibachi food. So, you know, I heat that up and I start eating it, and I'm going, I don't feel very well.
Ugh.
You know, to myself, I'm just sitting there. So I'm like, let me put this in the fridge and try to get to sleep as quickly as possible. So I went upstairs, and I did. Just crapped right out. It's called passing out. And then I woke up, I don't know, kind of, I guess around noonish, and just felt horrid until probably when I went to sleep at 1 this morning.
Jesus.
My head was still pounding. And
When did
You
you
got
out?
to sleep?
Yeah, a little bit.
Congrats,
little
dude.
bit. I went downstairs for a little while, too. Laid down on the couch and watched some, cop shows and shit.
You puke when you woke up?
Yeah, dude, I puked 12 hours after I woke up. That's like,
Wow.
my hangovers are ridiculous. That's why it was no food. It was all fucking water. And one, like, tablespoon of Pepto-Bismol came up.
Jesus.
Let's see, you're sad. Let's see, Anthony, I am sad to point out the obvious. You are a massive drunk. No insult intended. I know. I'm not that massive.
Slight build.
Yes, I'm a slightly built drunk.
Right.
No, it was one of those,
No, I was
the
at,
last big fiesta of the season.
before we get back to doing radio.
Yeah.
No, I was saying when you puke and it's clear, it gets to a point where you're puking past the clear liquid coming up, and then it gets into some really cool colors.
Oh, no.
Where it's just flat out bile.
It didn't get to that. It was a quick, I was sitting on the couch. I was fine. I was drinking some water, feeling a little better. My head still hurt. And then all of a sudden, whoosh, that wave of nausea comes over you. It's like, and I was thinking, what the fuck is this? So I trot on over to the bathroom and go, I can't believe I'm going to fucking puke. Blah. Did that. It was like water. It lasted like not even a minute. And then I felt so much better after that I was able to
usually the puke helps you out.
down a few potato chips.
Sure. All right, let's get this over with right here. It's really quick and easy. Jeremy in Cleveland. Jeremy.
Hey, boys. How's
Hey.
it going?
Well, we're starting to figure out what happened during the time we were off from radio. So.
Yes, a lot of shenanigans.
God, we got
going
a
on.
whole list of shit to get
Yes.
to. Don't worry, we'll get into the Tiger Woods thing within minutes.
What happened?
That's a great story. But first, Jeremy. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Great news. Maxwell is completely fired from Clear Channel and WMMS. Fat Boy is gone. Fat Boy is gone.
What happened to Maxwell?
I heard about that.
It seems that he couldn't agree to a very high six-figure contract and had too many ridiculous demands. So the program director said, fuck you, see you later.
Who knows? I never trust anything radio executives say.
That's true.
I'm never happy to see a guy lose a gig, even though we didn't get along with him, but I'm never happy to see a guy fired.
I'd side with Maxwell before I side with fucking management, so.
In this case, I'm extremely happy that Maxwell is fucking gone. Cocky.
Thank you, bye.
And punt.
Another hack that thought he could play with the big boys. And then he's demanded too much shit in an environment that is pretty shaky as far as regular radio goes.
Yeah,
they don't even sell radio ads anymore.
You should, maybe look at the situation and realize, hey, I might have to take some cutbacks.
Right.
But, we could welcome him with open arms here on satellite radio.
He ain't going to be hired here.
Please. Why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't they? Probably give him a multi-million-dollar contract.
They'll probably build him a studio in his own house.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'll tell you why. Because they don't hire radio guys.
Yeah,
they hire
true.
everybody else to do radio, but radio guys.
That's funny.
That's true. Yeah.
Who are you kidding?
Yeah, I hear Denzel's getting his own channel.
Right. That's why, Anthony and Jimmy.
Yeah, welcome to my wig channel.
Yeah.
Just got signed.
We're telling ceiling fan horror stories.
Why would you actually?
Tomorrow's show lifts.
Why would you actually hire guys that could do a radio show?
Yeah.
That's stupid. Anyway, Tiger Woods, everyone.
That's a pretty big story in the news.
Tiger had a statement yesterday basically saying that all the rumors out there are complete bullshit.
Yeah, but then he said
he's not explaining nothing.
And, he goes, I'm human. Kind of, this is a guy who's pretty much gone through his career without any scandal.
Unscathed.
Unscathed, yes, Jimmy. And now we have some scathe.
I think there's a lot more to this than basically what we're all talking about. I think there's still an atom bomb that's going to be dropped.
Now, here's the deal. He apparently, when the story first came out, he was driving away from his house. He hit a fire hydrant and a tree and was injured in that accident.
Seriously injured.
Seriously,
the news report started with Tiger Woods seriously injured, like he was in this massive car accident.
Yeah.
He's never going to play golf again. He might not even survive the night. That's how I read the first bulletin from this story.
Yeah, I assumed it was 70-mile-an-hour rollover on the freeway or something.
And Twitter and all these other social networking sites are bragging that they had the Tiger Woods news before CNN and the regular news outlets. And I'm sitting there like, that's great, but your fucking facts sucked.
It's wrong. And then it started getting weird because they were showing the scene of the accident, and then they go, that's Tiger Woods' house. And you're like, how fast could he be going around this little circle?
Right.
What's he doing, laps?
And then you realize, wait a minute, he crashed backing out of the driveway.
Yeah, he
into his neighbor's hydrant, and then across the street
and
or
then
something
went
into
forward.
a tree?
Yeah, he went forward into a tree, and then details started coming out that his wife was very heroic and broke the window of his truck so she could get him out. And then things started getting a little weird with his injuries to his face. Apparently he was scratched up.
Yep.
And whatnot, and he was unconscious for a little while outside the vehicle.
I think they said he was unconscious for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Have you ever been knocked out? I'm just saying. Have you ever been knocked out?
Never really been knocked out.
It takes a few minutes to get your
shit together.
Shit back together.
Get your shit together. So then it's starting to come out that perhaps him and his wife were arguing, and he was leaving the premises. During this time, she came out with a golf club and smashed the windows as he was driving away.
That was to get him out after the accident, Anthony. Everyone knows that.
Then
everyone knows that.
Then why were both sides broken? There was the passenger and driver's side rear windows were busted with the golf club. And apparently Tiger's head was also hit with the golf club.
Look, call it a hunch.
Yeah.
But I think Tiger was fleeing.
Yeah, he was fleeing the scene. And when the window broke, he apparently turned to look and see what the fuck the deal was.
Right.
And wasn't paying attention now to what's, coming at him through the windshield. And it was a tree.
What a nerd.
Yeah.
To get an Escalade, you can't take out a golf club and a blonde lady?
Panicky piece.
What's the matter with you? Just leave.
Just fucking leave. So he hits that, and then he's laying there on the ground. I guess she dragged him out, and apparently he was a little beat up.
Yeah, and I'm wondering why he was kind of unconscious when the paramedics showed up.
I'll tell you why.
I'm starting to think that
she teed off on his head.
Did she get one more shot in?
I think she might have gotten a shot in.
You think?
You motherfucker.
And it all started because I guess the National Enquirer, let me go to CJ in Georgia. CJ.
Hey, boys. I was watching college football all day when this happened. First of all, they first reported that he had severe lacerations and he was in intensive care.
Right.
And within 3 or 4 hours, they reported there were minor scratches and bruises.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's an instance of the media trying to make a story. The National Enquirer falsely reported that he was having an affair with some waitress, and the waitress is actually suing them because she never even made contact with Tiger Woods, and she's got proof of that.
Is that why she got Gloria Allred? That's what I was wondering, if she wanted to sue.
Well, she's
sue everyone.
But the National Enquirer is saying they got proof that the girl that announced that she had, this other girl had the affair with Tiger Woods. Wait, how can I explain this? The girl that was supposedly having the affair with Tiger Woods said she never met Tiger Woods and she didn't know the person that reported the story to the National Enquirer. The National Enquirer is saying, no, we have proof that these two know each other. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's put things into perspective. I've also read a National Enquirer story that they found Goliath's skull, and they had proof, and it was an elephant skull. I mean, they're not fucking legible.
Yeah, I understand that.
They've also been right a lot, though, about stuff that people said no.
Celebrity stuff, man, it's very rare that they're wrong. And when they are, they got to pay through the nose. So I think they kind of make sure.
Well,
then check a few facts.
But why is Tiger keeping completely quiet as the whole world at this point is talking about this? And look, here's a headline: "Come clean, Tiger."
Well, mum's the word.
Tiger Woods, come clean.
Mum's the word, because if it comes out that his wife had hit him, she will go to jail for
domestic
abuse. Doesn't matter if he presses charges or not.
Right.
You instantly go.
Also, the state trooper for Florida made an announcement that if it's a one-man accident or a one-car accident, you're not required to have an interview or release a statement.
No, you don't have to.
I think Tiger is attracted to the same women that Anthony is, crazy white bitches with problems.
Well,
she didn't seem like she was a crazy bitch, though. She just might be extremely upset if she found
she's a little jealous.
Right, that Tiger might have had this affair.
And this is the girl that everybody was just like, oh, my God, did you see Tiger's chick?
Yeah,
when they first hooked up?
Yep.
And then she had a few kids or something? How many kids they got?
I think they got 2.
2 kids?
She's still fucking hot.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what happens to that vagina? Jesus Christ.
What if she had
ravaged?
Maybe she had the C-section.
Yeah, even that. You don't want to see that.
Intact.
You don't want to look into that while you're fucking licking box.
Hey, Jimmy.
I want to see
yes,
that.
Sir.
Hey, Jimmy.
I'm right here.
We're having a serious conversation, sir. Did you have to do it there?
What type of childishness is this?
We're having a adult conversation about the Tiger Woods situation.
Exactly.
You know, we said when we come back from vacation, we're going to do a more mature show.
That's
exactly.
Right.
We don't want that type of childishness and the ribbing that we usually give.
What do you think, Jimmy, on this whole thing?
I think that probably I'm always in the belief that the guy probably fucked the chick. It's hard not to. I'd be amazed if if you're Tiger Woods and you're a faithful husband. I mean, you're just a better person than me. Even if you're not a faithful husband, you're probably a better person than me. I would be fucking in so much trouble so fast
all
with
the
that
time.
kind of ability to do it. So I don't know, man. I have no idea.
And he told the troopers to go away for the 3rd time yesterday.
Yeah, he's not talking.
Which keeps everybody else talking.
Well, yeah.
Even though it's none of our business.
He said it's a personal matter.
But he's hinting with his statement that he's not perfect. So what does that mean? Just because he had a fender bender with a hydrant in a tree, he's not perfect?
I interpret that as I fucked some chick. That's how I interpret I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
And, boy, that fucking girl got pissed. Beat up on his Escalade, I think. It's my hypothesis. Beat up on him.
How insulting with a golf club.
Oh, I know. How ironic.
I wonder, you know what? I wonder
if he paid for that mansion and that Escalade because of those golf clubs, and now she's using them.
And then he's getting beaten.
I wonder if he confessed to her. You say what's my opinion? I wonder if that's what caused that violent fight, if he finally had to fucking go, look, this is what happened.
No way.
And then she went ballistic and scratched him and all that stuff.
Was that you saying you think he was actually leaving to go see the chick?
No.
I thought that could be
crazy.
It, but I didn't realize, I didn't know the story had broken.
Oh, okay.
I think she attacked him while he was sleeping.
That's a rude awakening. Fuck.
Well, because I hear the face stuff was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I don't want to say pretty bad because I haven't seen any pictures.
You think he's like screaming,
pretty impressive.
And then he's screaming about her club selection. You don't use a 5-iron on my... What are you doing?
Because Tiger Woods, for the most part, all we know about the guy, he's pretty goody two-shoes. So why is he fleeing his house at 2 in the morning? Where is he going? Unless he's trying to get away from a situation.
Yeah.
Where is he going to get diapers? Going to 7-Eleven? Where's he going?
On one of those free Escalades that Caddy gives him for doing the fucking spots and shit. Damn.
She should be accused of a hate crime, Anthony.
Oh. Well.
White on black crime.
Maybe that'll happen.
That's the only kind of hate crime they charge or report.
Exactly.
Might as well. It doesn't exist the other way.
No, it certainly doesn't.
Oh, that's a good point. Dan in Holbrook makes a great point. They're not fessing up because she wasn't using an approved Nike golf club and are afraid of the sponsorship suit.
That could happen.
Probably there wasn't a Nike logo across his forehead. It was a Cleveland logo for you golf fans out there.
That would be great, just written backwards on his head.
Right. Let's say hi to Jimmy James.
Morning, rape.
Here's CNN. This story is everywhere today. Woods wants privacy because now we're all past Thanksgiving, and now we can all focus on what the fuck this story is all about. What do you got, Jimmy James?
Hey, I think Jimmy and Hans are both right that he indeed did fuck the chick, and I think if his wife does not like it, she should take the $1 billion she brought to the relationship and go elsewhere.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I can tell you something.
Lottery, shut up and take it.
There's a lot of fucking money to be lost by Tiger, man, because they got 2 kids together.
Oh.
Even if there's a prenup, it means nothing when it comes to kids.
And
that house, he ain't going to be there no more.
No.
I've been following the story all weekend, too. Who's this fucking friend that's talking? Like, supposedly Tiger talked to a friend about this situation, and then this friend turns around and is telling everybody.
Keep your mouth shut.
I guess he told a friend that he needs a Kobe special. Thank you, Matt from Providence. He needs the Kobe special, which basically means, I think it's described as a house on a ring.
That was it. Remember that?
He needs to get a Kobe special. He supposedly told one of his friends. And how good of a friend is this guy that he's running to the media? That seems suspicious.
Guys are so dumb. They just gotta fucking yap.
Yep.
You gotta say, dude.
Yeah, guys don't yap.
Gotta tell you. No, you gotta yap about, like, you know, dude, I gotta tell you, I'm fucking this trailer for.
Yeah, but real friends don't yap.
You can tell each other, but you don't yap.
I'm saying
people about
the guy code, guys don't yap like broads do. Yeah. Sorry, broads, but you guys yap too much. When a guy tells another guy, you know, a top secret thing, for the most part, they don't say shit.
Yeah.
Women, though. Yap, 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 yap. Can't wait to get on the phone.
You know what I heard about Tiger?
Right.
And then fast forward, he's getting his fucking head teed off on.
Search warrant being sought in Tiger Woods' crash case. But really, it's just a domestic thing. Who gives a shit?
They want his hospital records to see if his wounds are consistent with an accident or a beating.
Wow.
I wonder if his wife lied. That's why.
Huh?
I wonder if his wife lied to police.
Well, she completely changed her story.
Funny she got life in prison.
Yeah, let's say hi to Jim in Howard Beach. What's up, Jim?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
All right, brother.
It's kinda like, I watched Goodfellas like 10 times this week, and they ran like 100 friggin' times. But it's kind of like in the movie when he probably came in with a golf club when he was sleeping. He's got to get worried about getting whacked with a golf club out in the field. Never mind go coming home and getting whacked one in the face.
I come home
out.
to this.
Hey, probably most people have heard it by now, but what the hell? It's the latest on Tiger Woods, the 911 call.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
It's the neighbor. You got the neighbor calling 911 going, what the hell?
911 emergency.
I need an ambulance immediately. I have someone down in front of my house. They hit a pole. I came out to see.
Is it a car accident, sir?
He says.
Okay, sir. Is it a car accident? Hello? Sir?
Why are 911 calls always so fucked
Hello?
up?
Hello? Yes.
Is it a car accident, sir?
I need a ambulance.
It's a car accident, yes. I need you, yes.
Okay, and are they trapped inside of the vehicle?
No, they're laying on the ground now.
Okay, stay on the line for medical. Don't hang up, okay?
I would love to be a 911 operator.
Yeah.
And goes, I get to the point, what happened? And just as they start to explain, click.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. So what happened?
Click. Part 2 of the 911 call.
What happened? What's wrong? I have my neighbor. He hit the tree. And we came out here just to see what was going on. I see him and he's laying down.
By hit a tree, you mean it was an auto accident?
Yes, there was an auto accident, yes.
Okay. Is he outside or inside his car? Your phone broke up. I heard inside. You there?
Hello?
Hello, sir. You there?
Yes.
Your phone broke up there.
Okay, I got you.
Can you repeat your phone number for me in case we... He unconscious?
Yes.
Okay, are you able to tell if he's breathing?
No, I can't tell right now.
Okay. All right, we do have help on the way. What color is this car, too?
It's a black Escalade.
What happened?
Is anyone able to open the door?
Here, we're trying to figure out right now.
Okay. While I have paramedics on the way, I'm just going to stay on the phone with you. If you find out further, just let me know. I'm going to stay on the phone, okay?
What's happened? Tiger Woods, you're kidding. Oh, God bless him.
Was that Susan Waldman?
What happened?
Goodness gracious! Of all the dramatic things I've ever seen,
Tiger Woods got a driver in his head. Vijay Singh was smiling. He knew.
And here it is, the first one of the day. Kevin from Connecticut, because we were talking about this earlier too. How funny would it be if Tiger fucked Brooke Hundley?
Yes, Brooke Hundley. Their stupid fucking lightsaber.
Greatest
picture.
photo ever is her holding that fucking that weapon, like in "I'm going to shoot you" pose.
Yes.
With her fucking fat, awful body.
Oh, she had a blaster.
Oh, she yicky.
Oh, let's go to Matt in Buffalo. Matt.
Hey, he's got to face the media before too long here. He's got his golf tournament, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got his golf tournament this week. I guess in L.A. or California somewhere. It's his annual golf tournament that starts up, I think, tomorrow. He's got to meet the media.
Well, you know what he's going to say? He's going to go, it's a personal matter. We're here for the golf and blah, blah, blah. I'm not answering any questions.
Oh, really?
Blah, blah, blah,
and
blah.
the media will just turn and walk away,
Yeah,
right?
they go, okay, Tiger.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. There's going to be hundreds and hundreds of media outlets.
You got it.
Squeezing.
I guess Rogan was saying that this chick that he allegedly was banging hired Gloria Allred, and she's talking to the news.
Well, she did hire a lawyer, and we're trying to figure out why.
Yeah, that's
and especially and it's Gloria, who's kind of into the women's rights thing.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
I like the fact that he used Joe Rogan as the source of all of his Tiger Woods information.
What drug was Rogan on when he was fucking tweeting that?
Probably had a hallucination.
Really?
That was Tony the Tiger.
Right.
Hey, you guys are the best. Welcome back.
All right, man. Oh, yeah, that's true. Rob on Long Island. Rob.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's got $1 billion, and I hear the neighbor speaking. What's he live in, Trenton? What's about the neighbors we got?
Yeah, I know. I thought that was a little odd.
Oh, and we got some info coming in. Thank God. Get TMZ on the phone. We got the latest on the Tiger Woods thing. Jared in Boston, what do you got?
La 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 rape.
Wow, that's a combo platter.
It certainly is.
What do you got, Jared?
I read it said AP, so it must be true.
Okay, good.
They found the girl in the closet, so he was fleeing.
Oh, the girl was in the closet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did she burn all his golf clubs? Sorry.
God, what a lot of references that gentleman
Didn't mean to
got
interrupt the frunkus. How rude of me.
A lot of excitement there. Let me say hi to Ziggy in D.C. Ziggy.
Yeah, these are multi-million-dollar homes in this neighborhood, and that guy can't afford a better fucking cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cell phone was crap. I just love that woman. What happened?
What happened?
You think she was in her nighty, her
Oh,
nightgown?
yeah, she was in her nightie, holding it up by her neck.
What happened? It's Tiger.
With her overnight bad breath already seeping in.
Her teeth aren't even in.
Yeah, she could put her choppers in quick enough. They're still in the water next to her bed.
All right, let's go to Jesse in Orlando. Jesse.
Gentlemen, I think it's pretty simple. I think that they got in a fight and she beat the crap out of him, so to cover up what happened, he went and crashed his car.
That's a little extreme.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, you're not going to crash into a fire hydrant as you back out of your driveway ever, even if you're drunk.
Exactly.
And
so
it's,
why did he put?
And he's not, and you know, they're saying alcohol wasn't involved, but I mean, come on. He was in a panicked state.
Did the airbag go off?
No.
Oh, it didn't?
No, he's doing 1 mile an hour.
Oh, because then OnStar might have had the
oh, really?
had the audio, because they automatically alert you.
And I mean, her story is that she knocked out the window to get him out of there, but come on. You could just open the door.
The door was fine.
It's not. It's the car's not even down the road yet.
And why break both rear windows?
Is that they're saying both?
Oh yeah, both sides.
I did not know that. Ant.
Yes.
Oh my God. All right. Let's say hi to Rich. What's up, Rich?
Hey, I was just going to say that guy said about his charity tournament. He didn't even go to it last year. And so he definitely probably isn't going to go to it this year. But y'all haven't even talked about how he's going to be able to survive since
for the past 10 years, he's only been able to make $100 million a year and $10 million a year on the golf course. And, you know, what's going to happen to him now with all this bad publicity?
You're right. I think Tiger's finished.
Poor fella.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this story obviously has freaking legs, so
yes.
We'll see what happens. Why don't we take a break, get into other things that happened over the break, and we'll also continue with the Tiger Woods thing as more info becomes available. All right?
Yes.
Anything else
Old
before
Tiger.
we go to break here?
Yes, this Morgan Freeman movie looks horrendous.
Which one?
Where he plays Invictus, where he plays Mandela, and he doesn't sound like Mandela.
Oh, yeah. Boy, that's fucking, that's Clint Eastwood coming back from, his last movie. Like Clint Eastwood.
Oh, right.
The last movie where he played the racist guy.
Yes.
And then he has to come back and make a Nelson Mandela movie. All right, see? I like the colored.
Matt Damon's voice sounds pretty, like, his accent's pretty believable. I just didn't like Mandela from what I saw in the previews. Freeman seemed annoying.
Anything unless he's got that monotone fucking, like he's reading a fucking dialogue.
I didn't even realize he was playing Mandela.
At first I didn't either.
That's how bad it is. I've seen the preview a million times and never really put the whole thing together.
What's that dumb accent he's doing? Oh, him?
And who
I thought it was
gives a
another
shit?
fucking leader.
Who
somewhere
cares about a
over
fucking
there.
soccer team?
Yeah, I don't need to see good white people in South Africa. There's fucking 3 of them.
You see any movies over the holiday?
Shit, no.
I wanted to.
Did I? No, not a one.
I'm not going to see that fucking Twilight crap.
No, that's for fucking little teen
Little
girls.
little tweens.
No.
Not
Be a
gonna-
reason to go. Let's not watch the movie.
I'm not going to
Sniff the seats afterwards.
I'm not going to go see The Blind Side because Sandra Bullock is in it.
No, and that looks like another one of these. Oh, look.
I'm not a
Whitey's
fan
helping.
of her and her plastic face.
She a plastic face?
She has it looks plastic. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not a fan of her.
features. She's got those chiseled features.
I liked her in Speed though, but that's dating myself. That's
I liked her in
a
The
long time
Vanishing.
ago. Is that a real movie, Jim?
Yes, with Jeff Bridges and Kiefer Sutherland. It was a remake of a French film, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I'll have to
It's
check
an
that
oldie.
out.
Yeah, she disappears in the first 10 minutes of it. It's great.
Good.
Does 2012 had legs over the weekend? Why?
People just like seeing destruction.
Yeah.
All right. Old Dogs.
Oh.
It's a Disney movie, though. It's...
Oh, but no.
No, it's not.
I'm not even going to take that
I
as
think
an
what happens
excuse.
is, I think what happens is there's a big dog, and it grabs Travolta's wig and runs with it. And he's following it around, and he bumps lips with a man on a plane steps. That's what I think that movie's about. Yes, him and another gentleman are looking for the wig that the dog is chewing on, that Marmaduke grabbed, and their lips bump for 8 minutes as the plane doors are closing.
Is that the movie with Seth Green being held by the gorilla and he has to sing or the gorilla's going to eat him or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I laugh and laugh when I
and
see that scene. It's
Seth
hilarious.
gets hitting the nuts with a golf ball and
just some very, very funny.
Another good one I'm sure he'd be proud
scenes.
of, that if I brought up the fact that he was in that movie, he'd talk about what it grossed and blah, blah,
Was that
blah.
Seth Green?
Yes.
I've seen that 30 times. I didn't realize it
He
was
got
that.
mad at us.
Got mad about that stupid Upper River.
No, what was it
fucking
called?
Without a paddle.
Right. We were
I
having
made
fun with
fun
the
of
guy,
it.
so we're talking about have you ever had a bomb or something, and then we bring up that movie. He goes, I'll have you know it made $100 million or whatever he said.
Yeah, that kind of annoyed me that he was annoyed at that. It's like, have some fun with it.
Yeah.
All right, you made a fucking piece of shit movie.
You
I don't
know
care
it's
how
a
much
piece of shit movie.
roast.
You know, good for you that you were able to get some money out of it.
There's a picture of Robin standing behind Travolta, standing behind Seth. And you know that Travolta just threw himself in there. I bet they didn't even want him for the scene. He just jumped in.
Travolta goes, I'll take the
I
middle.
want to be in this one.
I'll take the middle position.
Yes, or also known as the Lucky Devil position.
That would look like Lemon Party.
Let me say hi to Sharon Osbourne, everybody. Sharon Osbourne.
Good morning, boys. Hey,
Hi, Sharon.
I would just like to say that young Tiger Woods fellow, he was blessed with the gift of golf and beaten with a driving stick.
Oh, yes. A driving. You better apologize.
Yeah. So you're not going to see Old Dog's Aunt?
No. Why would I see that?
And then A Christmas Carol. Hasn't that movie been done enough? Why does it have to be done again?
Jim Carrey's doing it, right?
Yeah, but great. There's a million versions of that movie out there already. Enough with the Christmas Carol.
And of course, then there's the Black Disney movie. It's coming out.
Oh,
the Frog Princess.
Does that
and the
bother you?
Frog thing. You know, I'd like to see some other movies kind of redone with white people in the place of like black people. Let's do like, Malcolm X with the white guy playing Malcolm X or something. Why not? That makes sense.
Ted X.
That makes sense. A black, princess in a castle in England somewhere back in the friggin' Victorian times. Yeah, sure.
It just seems, I don't know, it just seems forced. Doesn't it?
It is forced. It's the Obama thing. I'm just going to say it. It's the Obama thing. The popularity, the whole black culture thing, they figured they'd capitalize on it by, look at what we do now. We make a black princess and,
a white prince or a black prince?
Why don't they go all in with the black prince as well?
No, they got a bunch of black people in this one. Black cartoon people.
But the white prince is the love interest, right?
Is it?
Looks like
I don't know how that works.
Look at that still I just saw.
Oh, she kissed a frog. She turns into a frog instead of the frog turning into a prince. That's the story. That's what I got. But walking around Disney, they got that black woman dressed like a princess, shaking hands.
Did she fine?
Shortest line in the whole fucking park. I swear to God. Everybody's like, ooh, Mickey, ooh, this. She's standing like, could someone shake my hand?
They don't
someone
know.
Take a picture with me?
They don't know the black princess yet, though.
No, they
Give
don't.
It time.
Maybe
Give it
that's
time.
it.
Mm-hmm. And Walt Disney was not known for loving the brothers.
Let me tell you something. The racist anti-Semite that Walt was.
You think he's rolling over in his grave right now?
Oh, is he spinning? He's spinning like the carousel of progress, which you can see at Disney World.
He wants this frog arrested. For interspecies kissing.
Yes, exactly. What?
Yeah, he wouldn't be happy, huh?
No, he wouldn't. Oh, especially if they shove a Jew in there. Oh, boy. Yeah. Is he really going to be angry?
Is Louis Black in today?
I think so, yeah. We got Louis Black and Chris Russo coming in.
Chris Russo!
The mad dog himself.
Haven't I got to talk about a few things? I'm sure the Nets record is going to come up. What did I get? 0-17? What's happening with this team? Even after they let the coach go, they still lose that game.
Well, you see the guy that replaced the coach?
Yeah, what's the fat guy's story?
I don't know.
Will they just pick him out of the stands?
I think he cleans the bathrooms at the arena. I don't know who that guy is.
You're fine.
All right, we'll do the Nets thing. It's really quick.
A few hours after head coach Lawrence Frank was fired, the Nets matched the worst start to an NBA season with their 17th straight loss Sunday night in Los Angeles. Wow. The undermanned Nets fell behind by 27 points in the first half under temporary head coach Tom Barese. With the loss, the Nets tied the mark set by the 1988-89 Miami Heat and the 1999 LA Clippers. Brooke Lopez had 26 points and 12 rebounds for New Jersey, the NBA's lowest scoring and worst shooting team. The Nets are back home to play the Dallas Mavericks Wednesday night. If they lose again, they will have sole possession of an embarrassing NBA record.
The NBA season just began.
Yeah.
And the Nets are pretty much officially out of it already.
What do you do if you're the Nets? Do you just try to go for that record?
I would. Oh my God, I would lose every game.
Now just lose every game.
Oh my God, yeah. Because I mean, you
go down in history.
You would probably get fans to watch you lose every game.
Yeah, they lost again.
I mean, if all of a sudden they're 2-21,
yeah, that's not as good.
But if they're 0-21,
fantastic.
You're going to keep going to the games.
Yes,
that team is horrendous. By the way, I've watched a few highlights. That team is horrendous.
Yeah.
Not a big basketball fan these days, but
yeah, I'm not at all. But I'm keeping tabs. See, I'm actually keeping tabs on the Nets and how badly they're losing.
Yeah.
See, so it even got my interest.
But as soon as they win that first game, then it doesn't
matter.
matter.
Who gives a shit?
Then it's just a shitty team having a shitty season.
Right.
But now it's like, let's all talk about the Nets and see how many they can lose in a row. All right, we'll do our first break, get into some other things that happened over the break in a few minutes. Opie and Anthony, good to be back. It's Opie and Anthony. Thanks for checking us out. What's that app about? You want to fucking share, my friend?
Oh, my God.
Looks like a good app for the iPhone.
Laszlo turned me on to this app. It's just a bunch of friggin', chicks, naked. They're apparently, texts and whatnot. Look at that.
Good God.
Yeah, that's fucking nice.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is like tweet me some skin on Twitter.
Shit like that, but it's, you got the name of it here.
Basically, girls fucking taking pictures of their hot bodies.
It's TWIPRO, TWIPRO. And, somehow people intercept these things or get them and just post them on here and shit. And if you go to all-time featured, I mean, there are just some ridiculous.
What does all-time featured mean?
Like in the search feature on the app.
Yeah, okay.
You go to all-time featured, and it shows like which ones have been voted the best.
Those are the Hall of Famers.
Those are the ones you're just getting like.
They were put into the Hall.
Insane fucking chicks.
We should have a Hall of Fame for hot women.
And then there's
with their busts.
Then there's some that are just texts, no pictures. And one said, "I can feel my heartbeat in my ass."
Jesus.
Like someone must have gotten fucked in the ass so hard. And then there's a lot of naked girl frolicking.
Ooh,
a lot of frolicking. See, here's some frolicking.
Jesus,
with some nude girl frolicking.
Don't you love frolicking girls?
I love frolic.
Imagine guys frolicking like that.
No. It's three girls in the bathtub. They're like fucking open mouth kissing. They're totally naked, just pressed against each other.
And I bet you if you asked every one of those girls, they would say, "No, well, I'm not a lesbian.
No,
we were just frolicking.
We're friends.
We're friends. That's what friends do. We frolic.
We're just friends. We're frolicking.
Now get your best buds together and try to do some naked frolicking with them.
Frolic with your pals.
See what happens.
Yeah, see if it gets on a line and everything's still cool and you're
stupid double standard. I hate that it's a double standard.
Some naked chick in the back of a limo. Yeah, that's a good app. That was Laszlo.
That's the app of the year, I'm thinking.
Laszlo, no, and Laszlo goes, he's talking to me, and just says, "Yeah, I just, find myself staring at these nude chicks on this thing while my girl's trying to talk to me, and I'm just like." She goes, "What are you doing?" I just say, "I'm looking at naked girls.
Oh.
I'm looking at asses." I go, "Oh, okay."
That would be an easy cover-up. The freaking boss. Got a little problem. I'll be right with you.
You got to be honest with the iPhone. Yeah, you got apps, you got fucking nudity on there. What are you going to say? I'm just looking.
Well, we got to get serious for a moment here. The 4 police officers shot to death at the Washington Coffee House.
For a moment, I got a little to say about this shit.
Of course you do.
Goddamn fucking animal.
Suspect had a 95-year prison sentence commuted in 2000 by what? A Huckabee?
By Huckabee.
Huckabee. I always call him Huckle.
Yeah, well.
Good old Huckabee.
Yeah, Huckabee.
Huckabee. I know he does.
Citing his age, the convict's age, thought it would be nice to let him out.
What are you talking about? The recent picture, he looks like he's
exactly.
in his mid-40s, early 50s.
Well, apparently he was younger then when Huckabee let him out.
And didn't he just get
the guy
some charges with child molesting or something?
He's out on bail.
Whoa, slow down.
Yeah.
Because of his age, Huckabee got him out.
Yeah, because
how old was he?
He was 17 at the time.
So how many years ago was this? Oh, 2000?
I think.
So he's 26 now?
That's it? He looks like he's in his 40s.
I don't know. Tough old life, I guess.
Wow, okay.
That's what I heard. I don't know. Yeah, I heard he was in his 30s. I don't know what the fucking chronology is there.
Yeah, he's 37.
He's 37?
Yeah, he was 17 in 1989.
So then
in 89. Yeah. So then he spent some time in prison, and then...
Oh, and Huckabee said,
Huckabee got him out.
He was 17 when he did all this.
Yeah.
He did his 11 years. He should be out. Okay,
now he lets him out where he summarily rapes a child. And then some judge, in his infinite wisdom, thought, we can let this guy out on bail. So they let him out on bail, and, there he goes. Kills 4 cops as they're, before their shift, having some coffee and doing some paperwork, and just walks in. By the way, black guy shoots 4 white cops. I just want to say it because other people don't really seem to think that's an important part of the story. I do. Shot him dead. He might have been hit. They're not sure, but they're looking for him. This guy, I think Huckabee and the judges that have fucking let this guy slide, should all have to go to the fucking the funerals for these cops and look their families in the eye and say, well, yeah, I let him out. And yeah, I was the one that let him out on bail. Why was this guy out on bail after being arrested on raping a child?
Because he wanted that beauty mark removed?
Yeah, maybe. He's got an Aaron Neville thing growing there. That's a good identification mark, though. I'll tell you that one. So they're apparently still looking for this guy.
No, in the house, they said.
Yeah,
well,
no,
they might have him in the house.
Yeah, this
right?
morning they got some kind of house.
And they set up some loudspeakers and they're talking, but they haven't heard anything.
They're throwing
yet,
some explosives into the house. And
a few flashbangs?
I think so.
I love the flashbangs. And,
wasn't she
Call of Duty.
Wasn't she an Asian stripper?
Flashbang?
Flashbang.
Sorry. It's just I think this completely ends any chance of Huckabee running for president.
What is he, Democrat or Republican?
Republican.
Republican, yeah.
But he's been criticized before for commuting so many fucking sentences. This guy just lets these people go. I don't understand it. And even the prosecutor, I believe it was in Arkansas, right? I believe the boy was from Arkansas. Yeah, I think it was in Arkansas at the time. Even the prosecutor said, this is the nightmare I've been waiting for. He goes, this is the nightmare when I heard that they were letting this guy go. And he protested it. The prosecutor was like, what are you talking about?
So he's on record?
Sentence?
He's on record protesting? That's
and
good.
the guy said, he goes, I knew this would happen with this guy. He's been a problem. This guy is a fucking problem. And he walked past the cops, went to the counter, ordered something to drink, pulled a gun out, just shot two of them who died immediately. One of the other cops went to stand up, shot him, and then the fourth cop actually got on his feet and started coming after him. Might have gotten off a shot, and he wound up dying. He wound up dying at the door. They're all wearing vests, which is odd, especially with the last guy. Well,
they're sitting there, so he probably the first we probably did headshots on because he was sitting there.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's your target,
But then, especially the guy that he had the scuffle with, that's kind of odd. A headshot, as you're scuffling with somebody like that.
What do you mean a scuffle? They touched each other?
I think there was physical contact between the two, is what I was reading last night. So
maybe the cop charged him and he already had his pistol out and just shot down.
It might have, yeah. Well, they're still, going over all that. But oh my God, just fucking despicable.
Yep.
All in uniform, all marked cars outside. And nobody else even had the gun pointed at them by this guy. He went in with the purpose of shooting police officers. That was it.
Unbelievable.
Who shoots four fucking cops sitting there? Why do you even take that chance? The odds are you're going to be shot doing that.
A fucking animal does that. That's what it does. Someone that's not thinking of consequences. They just somebody filled with hatred, with no respect for life. The laws of our land, and just somebody who does not need to be breathing the same air as the rest of this country. This guy has obviously been treated with kid gloves from his early time in prison. And just the fact that Huckabee let him out, how does that, I'd love to know how that makes him, I'd love to ask Huckabee, do you feel any responsibility for this? I'd love to ask him, do you feel any responsibility for four cops being dead, fathers, a mother? Do you feel any responsibility, any remorse for obviously making a huge mistake in thinking this guy could be a member of society?
Four cops would be alive if he had. You can't deny that your action directly caused the death of four cops.
Exactly. I don't care what semantics he's going to use, how he's going to try to spin it or anything. He let a fucking criminal go that does not deserve to be out of prison. For what reasons? I have no fucking idea. Why? Because he was 17 when he was a violent criminel?
What was he convicted of when he was in jail? If he got a 90-something year
aggravated
sentence?
Robbery and assault. And, a 93-year sentence. That guy must have really done something. I'd love to know the details of that one.
Yeah, you don't commute a guy doing 93. You did something really fucking awful, probably, if you're in jail that long.
Yeah. Oh, is that a Huckabee statement?
Oh, he's got a statement on this already? What does it say? Yeah, I can't.
Let's see.
That's a long fucking
The
statement.
senseless and savage execution of police officers in Washington State has saddened the nation, and early reports indicate the person of interest is a repeat offender who once lived in Arkansas and was wanted on outstanding warrants here in Washington State. The murder of any individual is a profound tragedy, but the murder of police officers, an assault on every citizen and the laws we live within. Should he be found to be responsible for this horrible tragedy, it will be the result of a series of failures in the criminal justice system in both Arkansas and Washington. He was recommended for and received
commutation?
Yeah, letting out of the original sentence from 1990. The commutation made him parole eligible, and he was then paroled by the parole board. Once they determine, see, he's not taking responsibility for this. He's the one that commuted his sentence.
He commuted it to a parolable sentence,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So he's basically saying, I commuted it to a parolable thing, but they're the ones who thought he was fit to be let out. You're right, he is kind of fucking peasant about it.
Yes.
Does he say I?
It appears that he has continued to have a string of criminal and psychotic behavior, but was not convicted. But was not kept incarcerated. Sorry about either state. This is very small print. This is a horrible, tragic event. If found and convicted, the offender should be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law.
That's
Our
tough
thoughts
words.
and prayers are blah, 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 blah.
Full extent of
you
the
know
law.
something?
They had the full extent of the law.
They had him. And then the child rape charge. You know, what about that? Where's the judge that let this guy fucking out on bail?
After raping a child?
After raping a child.
What the fuck is going on out
Where's
there?
that despicable motherfucker that should not be on the bench? It's one of these just horrible things that were completely avoidable.
Let me go.
Completely avoidable.
Let's go to Wisconsin. Tim.
Yeah, it kind of dawned on me that he was going up for that child rape charge, and those guys have a notoriously hard time in prison. He might have shot them cops just to, gain some favor when he gets in there, because you know what they say. You shoot one kid, you're a pederast. You shoot 4 cops, you're a spook hero.
Nah, but
Jesus.
that sounds to me more like a suicide attempt in a way, like they call it suicide by gun or suicide by cop. Or I forget what it's
No
called.
fucking way.
Well,
Not the way he did it.
Then you
not.
shoot 3 of them. And
How about you leave one alive to kill you?
Because I don't think that you're actually saying to yourself even that you're going to kill yourself. Like, yeah, maybe you're right. I mean,
I don't know.
Why else would you shoot 4 guys with guns? I mean,
suicide by cop usually is a guy rushing at cops with a gun, a weapon, and then they get shot. It's rarely shooting the cops, especially all of them like that. And they said it came off as an execution, as an ambush. This guy walked in. Apparently, the person behind the counter saw a gun in his waistband and ran into the back room.
Right away.
Yeah. Thinking it was going to be a robbery.
Right.
Then he just turned around and fired at the cops that were sitting there. And, it's...
What kind of gun was it?
Despicable. They're not saying. I haven't heard yet.
Legal or illegal?
It has to be illegal. He's a fucking convicted felon.
There you go.
Illegal. And the gun didn't fucking walk into the store and shoot the cops. He fucking did it. He held it. It's like a fucking car smashing into a crowd of people. It's, not the Ford's. It's not the Ford's fault.
Let's go to Rick in Rockland. Rick?
Good morning, boys. I find the funny thing about this is I've been around the dial, but you're the only show that's talking about this morning. I haven't listened to Imus yet, but you know what? You're the only guys that are going to be making a big stink about this. It's just going to be swept under the carpet like it always fucking is, and it's absolute fucking horseshit. And what is this country coming to? George Carlin said it. He was on your show. He said the end is near, and some of us are going to be around to see it.
I'll tell you what it's coming to.
George did say that over a year ago, and man, if you've been following the stock market and everything, the Dubai situation and the Chinese and everything else, the end is near. We're getting close to that.
This is how stupid we are. The Daily News front page, and the same as the Post.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Tiger Woods and his wife, and these 4 cops being executed. I mean, the Daily News, I was surprised they actually listed the race of the suspect. That's a miracle that the Daily News did that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to find...
You see, Tiger Woods is a fucking story. The guy, I don't want to accuse the guy, but it kind of looks like he got caught running around on his wife, and his wife busted in his window because she caught him. To be a complete conspiracy theorist with thermite paint. But, the ridiculous part is, that's front page story, but 4 cops are dead.
I know, that does
Page
bother
10.
the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And, by the way...
Page 10, it's on.
CNN, MSNBC, a lot of the liberal media outlets did not announce that suspect's race for quite a while, until it became... obvious, and that they had to, because they were looking for a person. The police put out a description: black man, scraggly beard, approximately 5'11" to 6'1". Like, it was a description. They are looking for this man that shot 4 police officers. They had to announce his race. They didn't want to.
A lot of times the media will wait till they have hold on, bro. A lot of times the media waits till they have a photo, so they don't have to say it.
Exactly.
They can just show
the picture. The thing is,
Al Sharpton and where's Jesse Jackson?
you won't see them.
Where are they? They're probably rushing to this young man's aid.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing. If, for some reason, one of the officers would have seen this gentleman with a gun in his waistband or whatever, and confronted him and questioned him and perhaps had to shoot him, there would be an investigation. 4 white cops shoot a black man. I mean, it's getting to the point. I was reading a lot of stuff last night about the Los Angeles Police Department and how the LAPD are afraid. They are petrified of confronting black people. That's why the gangs are running rampant in Los Angeles. They are afraid to confront them because they will be brought to justice if they make a mistake, if they question someone a little too vigorously, if they are appearing as if they're profiling. So you know what they do? They ignore shit. They leave it alone. People in L.A. are scared shitless.
Hey, you don't want to fuck with your job.
No.
Why would you?
Why fucking
Why would
jeopardize?
you fuck with your job?
Not only fuck with your job,
to do
maybe go to jail?
Right.
Fuck you. I'm walking away. I'm looking the other way.
Right.
Fuck it.
Amazing.
Something's got to be done. It's really getting bad.
Also, to just throw this into the mix, we have 8 TVs on.
Yeah.
All of them just all over the Tiger Woods story.
Woods.
Every 15 minutes they're trying to do an update on something that doesn't have an update. And I haven't seen any coverage on this.
In fairness, I've seen him a few times.
I've seen him a few times.
I haven't seen it yet.
And this is something else I want to bring up.
Well, the point is nothing like with the Tiger Woods.
No, Tiger Woods is all over the place. This is something I want to bring up. If you look in recent history, we got the Fort Hood shooting. And then we have the Seattle shooting that happened. Officer was killed. That suspect is in the hospital. And we have this gentleman now shooting 4 cops. Where is this dangerous right-wing militia types that the Democrats were talking about that are just going to be spreading violence, and they're the ones that everyone's go, oh, look out, watch out for those right-wing militia people. Meanwhile, I don't think these are right-wing militia people that are executing police officers. And other soldiers. Military. Yeah. Right. And other soldiers. They're not right-wing extremist militia, that are concerned about our borders, concerned about crime, concerned about the government intrusion into our lives. These are fanatical Muslims. They're angry, racist, hateful black people that are just, I have no idea. This guy obviously has a problem with the police. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not going on a limb there. And it's got to be addressed. It's got to fucking be addressed.
Well, let's say hi to Pete in Florida. Pete.
Yeah, I know where Al and Jesse and all the rest of them are. They're freaking arranging to surrender this poor, misunderstood black male so that the cops don't ambush him and kill him when they bring him in.
Oh, this guy should just be brought in fucking dead, shot to fucking riddled with bullets, and put on a stick.
Hopefully
put on
he
a
shot
fucking
himself.
stick tied by his ankles and his arms as they fucking bring him in. Hopefully he shot himself. I want to see the cops open up on this motherfucker.
Yeah, I would rather see a lot
I would
of holes
love
in the
to see the cops open up on this motherfucker. I would love to see him wanting to live and having that taken away from
No,
him.
because then there's more money wasted on investigations. And did they shoot the young man when he had his gun pointed down? Just
Fuck
put a bullet
him.
in your own head, and it's over.
Let's go to David in Baton Rouge. David?
Yeah, morning, guys. Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Hi, David.
I want to just point out how effective the gun laws are in this case. Wasn't this guy a convicted felon? How did
with all the gun,
get a gun?
With all the gun control laws, I think this guy should have paid attention to all the laws that are put in place for law-abiding citizens. That everybody's got to jump through a hoop to defend themselves, and how he got one. Did he fill out the forms properly? I wonder if he did that.
Sure
Did he wait 6 months to get his license? Did he, was he fingerprinted and interviewed? Did he put down references for his license before he then made a handgun purchase?
Oh, dude, this has to be an illegal gun, though. He probably didn't do any of that stuff.
Oh, literal Jim. Yeah. Keep legislating against the people that might have been able to do something in the fucking diner. I'm sick of it. Fucking idiots.
You should open up a window.
Yeah, what?
You're mad as hell.
And I'm not going to take it
That's
anymore.
Right. There's a window right over there. Why don't you do it right now? Start it up. There goes there.
I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
What a kook.
$1 buys a nickel's worth. A shopkeeper keeps a gun under the... That's one of the best fucking monologues ever.
Yeah.
He walks in out of the rain and just sits there. He was fucking with his raincoat on. Howard Beale. That fucking psycho.
Fucking great.
I think the movie Network. I think it holds up. I think it does
because it's the foreshadowing into reality TV.
That's
brilliant.
If you haven't seen Network, you got to understand that when that movie was made, there wasn't CNN. There was only 3-4 channels that we were checking out on TV, and there was a lot of foreshadowing in that movie, which you got to understand.
It was brilliant.
Or you're like, what's the big deal? No, they were talking about stuff that hasn't happened yet, reality TV and everything else.
And what's her name? Oh my God.
Faye?
Yes.
Faye Dunaway
plays this heartless TV executive, this woman, and they're following the Symbian Liberation Group or something. These like local terrorists or whatever, and the reality show is just filming them. And it just shows how, instead of doing something, we're just filming and documenting what they're doing. And it's amazing that's what's going on now. Well, not with terrorists, but
Yeah, him and his raincoat just soaked from the rain.
Dude, he's fucking Peter Finch. He died right after that, too. He won the Oscar. He was fucking unbelievable.
He died right after that?
I believe so, yeah.
Let's go to Mike in Jersey. Mikey.
Hey, good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Mike?
Hey, last week, I saw on CNN.com and AOL.com, they all covered it, some funeral for some black teenager in New York that was shot by 2 white cops. He was armed. He pointed a gun at them. But they did a coverage of the funeral, and also compared it to the Diallo shooting and the Bell shooting. They had to make sure they put that in the story about the past, how New York City cops are just shooting up black people. And that was all over the news, and now this is tucked in the back. And they also made sure they went out how many shots they fired, which they hit them 9 out of 16 shots, which isn't bad. But
when you got a few people shooting,
they have to fucking cover that, with a young black male getting killed. And that, of course, that'll be all over the news, but this isn't covered.
It's just an odd thing, and believe me, I've seen calls come up here. I understand white people are committing crimes against the police, against society, everything. I'm not just saying that. I'm not just. I'm talking about the disproportionate number that goes on in the black community, and something's got to be done. Somebody else was asking, I agree, Anthony, but what can we do about it? The only thing you could really do about it is talk open and honestly and bring this shit up when it happens, and make people aware that there is a problem, that race-baiting shitheads like Reverend Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson perpetuate stuff like this by vilifying the police and stirring shit up, and it's just something that'll continue until people are willing to speak openly and honestly without the worry that they're going to be called a racist. That's what it is. I don't give a fuck if someone calls me a racist.
Obviously.
Obviously. I know. But it's true. It doesn't bother me. I know in my heart, I know I'm not. I know I'm not a fucking racist. I have ideas and opinions that are based on what I've learned throughout my life. That's the only thing you can know. What you've learned during your life. And I base my opinions on that. If someone wants to call me racist for it, go fuck yourself. I'm honestly,
someone.
I don't see myself as racist.
I mean, everyone.
Everyone. Yeah. But it's true. Just speak openly. Don't worry about people fucking calling you out as being a racist. That's the cheapest, fucking easiest way out.
Yep.
When somebody's confronted with facts that are about something racial, is calling you a racist, because it shuts the whole argument down.
And when it happens,
now you go on the you go on the defensive now. Now you've been put on the defensive to try to explain why you're not a racist, and the whole conversation changes. So fuck it. Say, all right, you believe I'm a racist? Yeah, okay, fine. Blah blah. And now here I'm going to continue my argument.
And the media, this is what's so despicable about the way that's covered, is they never exonerate a guy who's accused of being racist, a white guy who's accused of being racist. They jump on and they act like they're just bystanders, but a bystander, all they're doing is filming the accusations and people saying, well, I think they are, and fueling the fire. They're such bags of shit. They never actually will come around and go, oh, no, this person isn't a racist, and show evidence that they're not.
Yeah.
It's a pack dog mentality.
Yep.
I love saying that.
Yeah, I like it too.
Because it's true.
All right, why don't we take a quick break and change gears?
I need to eat.
It's eating time.
Where's my sandwich?
And I want to discuss, I tweeted something that people were saying I was wrong about, but I wasn't.
All right, we'll do that next.
I wasn't wrong.
That's a nice little tease right there.
I was right, and I knew it.
We'll find out what that's about. Also, let's not forget Mad Dog, Chris Russo, in studio today at 9.
Canceled.
Oh, that's all right.
I just wanted to sound like
That was good.
Did you believe me?
Because I wasn't looking at your face, but your delivery was very good.
Hope you didn't believe me.
I think you'd be good on the radio.
It's funny. You can use this one, but they tell me I've got a face for radio.
Oh, good gravy. There was something I read on a Google alert that said, and frequent guest on the Opie and Anthony show, Jim Norton.
Yes,
wow.
every day I get booked.
I know. I started laughing. I'm like, frequent guest.
Yes, it's Jim again. He has something to promote. Can he come in 2007 to 2009?
Yes, Jim Norton's been clamoring to come in again. Does it work? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Saturday and Sunday he doesn't need. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
I'll be out every Monday.
Monday-Friday. Mon-Fry.
Also, Lewis Black at 10 o'clock today.
Yeah, I saw something to Lewis that made me laugh. It was this thing about surviving the holidays, and I saw a little bit. It was actually pretty funny, yeah. And I mean, to say it like I was surprised. I just didn't know it was on.
We should plug Louis C.K.'s video, too.
Yes, we should.
I don't know where you can find it. Probably on YouTube. It's fucking hilarious.
Supposedly, he's stopping in, because I'm doing Caroline just Thursday through Sunday. He's stopping in.
What, to the show or your Caroline?
Just made that up to get the plug out.
Motherfucker. Hit that goddamn break. Fuck. I was trying to tweet the Louis C.K. link for everybody because the video is hilarious. I fucked up. I'll try it again during the next break. Sorry. Damn Twitter. Or my fingers.
People thought I was
thinking of tweets. Yes, Jimmy.
I was not wrong about one of my tweets, and I resent the implication that I may have been.
What happened?
Let me I'll give you the exact tweet. I just want to correct people. It was, here it is from last night. Cabo Wabo. Another monumental dud by Van Halen. Jesus, they have some terrible songs. I was listening to it on the Boneyard. And then somebody tweeted back that it was Sammy Hagar's solo, not Van Halen.
Okay.
Well, it was indeed Van Halen. So stop letting that fucking overrated band off the hook.
Wow.
Overrated, Jimmy.
Is this Cabo Wabo?
I don't know.
Yeah. Nice. Go. Go, man, go.
Go, man, go. Right.
Wow. That's a linger longer. You know, he can't drive 55, no matter how bad he tries. He can't do it.
You know, if you back that up a little bit, it sounds like he's trying to come up with the lyrics on the spot.
Yeah.
It really does.
Cabo Wabo. Wow. That's horror wabo.
Not a fan of Van Halen in general, Jimmy?
I like some of their stuff, but I just think they're extraordinarily overrated.
They had a good run.
What are some great Van Halen songs? Tell me great Van Halen songs. I'm not saying they don't have any good songs, but
I don't think they hold up now, but at the time, you get things like Running with the Devil was huge. It was a huge song.
Jamie's crying.
Yeah.
Exactly. Jamie's crying.
But it was also about, Eddie's guitar playing was kind of like no one had really
exemplary
played like that.
Yes, great guitarist.
He kind of added that in. I don't know. Yeah, their later albums started sucking, and
I think even their old stuff is overrated. Listen to this. This song is fucking terrible.
This isn't good.
This is awful.
How about When Eagles Fly?
I don't know that one. Hot for Teacher's okay. I mean, there's some good stuff, but holy shit, enough already with this band.
And The Cradle Will Rock, of course. Unchained. Yeah. Right around the time of Hot for Teachers when they lost me.
Yeah.
I mean, Hot for Teacher was a pretty good song, but what else was on that album?
I think they just tried so hard to be, to paying more attention to what their videos were than the music. Like David Lee Roth had to be the wild, outrageous, ooh, look at me. Yeah. All right, we get it. Ooh.
This song is unbearable.
Yeah, this song stinks.
I don't even know what they're talking about.
Thanks.
Oh, it's just fucking terrible. There was another one I had recently. I tweeted too. It was unbelievable. It was like a parody of a bad song that Van Halen did. It's like the Boneyard. Was my favorite station anywhere. But God, they play some horrendous.
I'm a fan of
Van Halen songs.
Sammy Hagar.
Oh, I am not. Here it is.
Not when he was with Van Halen as much. But.
Drop Dead Legs. I did this one last week. By Van Halen is playing. What a god-awful fucking song. It's like the audio version of my spoiled milk farts. I was fucking farting horribly.
People saying best song Van Halen ever did was "We're Back and Better Than Ever."
Without a doubt.
Which,
Can we hear that?
Probably.
Long time.
Yeah.
But this is, just listen to this from it. Drop Dead Legs.
Yeah, I know. Drop Dead Legs.
Is this Roth or Hagar? I don't remember.
That's a very good question. I said I know the song. Now I'm not sure.
I think I just heard a Hagar.
I just don't remember.
Dave.
That's Dave.
That's Dave, yeah.
Dave. Speaking of the Boneyard, how's your boy Ronnie James Dio doing?
Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, Dio.
I saw that come over the wire during our break.
Diagnosed with stomach cancer, man, which he's 67. Aww. But they said they caught it in the early stages. Like, stomach cancer to me just is a fucking horrifying.
Sounds like a motherfucker.
Awful.
How do you live without your stomach?
Dude, it's just, I hope they got it really early, but he's an older guy, man, so.
Yeah.
Is he really 67?
Yeah, he's held up amazingly well.
67?
And he's still fucking touring with Heaven and Hell and Solo. He's an animal. He's a fucking animal. So I hope he's all right, man, because that just stinks.
Yeah.
He's a sweet guy, too.
Got a lot of angry Van Halen fans out there.
Look, Van Halen's they're a massive band. I'm not saying they're not. I just don't like them.
Travis, only Van Halen phone calls right now. Get rid of everyone else for me. Jim in New York. No, actually, Josh in Cleveland. Sorry, Jim. Josh.
Hey there, Josh.
Hey, morning, boys. Welcome back. Hey, I think it might have been my tweet that Jimmy read, but if it is, I wasn't saying it was Hagar Solo. It's Van Hagar, which I know is such a cheesy fucking term, but...
No, I got that one. But there was someone that said that was him solo, too.
Oh, well, they're a fucking moron then. But,
Listen, this is Dave, though. Drop Dead Legs. This is heinous.
It's so fucking terrible.
This is a terrible fucking song.
Legs that he likes.
Yeah, what's wrong with legs, Jimmy?
Drop Dead Legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, McCartney should be singing this.
Drop Dead Leg.
Is this fucking
Let's go to Jay in
Drake?
Massachusetts. Jay.
Yeah, hey.
Hey there,
I
Jay.
just wanted to comment, Danny Nader era, 5150 to Balance. All their albums went #1 on the Billboard chart.
Again, I don't doubt their popularity. I'm not saying Van Halen doesn't have fans. They're huge. I just think they fucking stink.
If you like Tim Hagar, you should check out Chickenfoot. They're pretty good too now.
Chickenfoot's getting a lot of promotion. I was telling Ant before the show today.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
at
they're
Best
pretty
Buy,
good.
and there's Chickenfoot shit all over the place. What's that about?
I downloaded
But
their
that's the
disc.
only place where it really is.
Oh, really?
I think they have some kind of deal with Best Buy. Yeah,
Oh,
that's the only place I've ever seen.
I love how Dad goes, that's the only place it is. It's Best Buy.
It's Best Buy.
That's
yeah,
a pretty
but
impressive place to be.
Yeah, but I'm saying like fine. But I mean, if you're not a shopper at Best Buy, I mean, who's heard of Chickenfoot before?
Then you're just downloading this shit anyway, right?
Because they have like signs and those stands with the CDs on it, and like every TV in the store is running some Chickenfoot video.
It's probably just a big
24/7.
promotion. Chickenfoot.
Who fucking buys discs anymore anyway?
Speaking of music, we were talking about the Beatles because they remastered that shit, right? Remember
I
we were
didn't get
talking
that.
about
It
that?
was sold out when I went for it.
I fucking got it. It's a shitload of money, but I got it.
How is
Shitload
it?
of songs.
Well, I decided that I wanted to listen to the Beatles from the beginning all the way to the end. The first few years of the Beatles is horrendous. They're the fucking Everly Brothers.
It's like bubblegummy,
but dude,
almost 50s music.
it's almost 50s
Yeah,
music. It's like 1 year away from doo-wop, doo-wop, doo-bop, doo-bop. And they sound like the Everly Brothers. And there's so many unfamiliar songs that you just don't know. I'm sorry. Except for the people that are really, really into the Beatles.
You know how many
play
Beatles
some of
songs-
those.
yeah,
you
they're
play
on-
some of those new, the earlier Beatles albums. You don't know. You don't know most of the songs
How
on
many
there.
Beatles songs you don't know? You've never heard?
But then when they start smoking the pot, you know every single song they did.
Yep.
You know every single song except for maybe a couple here and there. But the early Beatles, there is easily 50% of the songs the average person doesn't know.
I prefer the later
Easily.
stuff, but something like there's two of the greatest hits albums from Apple Records, 62 to 65, and then 65 to 67. I forget the exact years. And the one is red, one is blue. The older one is the red one.
yeah.
And they had fucking a lot of great songs.
Yeah.
But Ant makes a good point. Their sound was fucking almost doo-wop.
Yeah.
It was different.
Yeah, they were taking, they weren't really, they hadn't fallen into their own, like being the
No.
Beatles. They were using other people's sounds and shit like that.
But that's what makes it interesting to start from the beginning, and then you see how they slowly
Right.
developed into that. Just
Got
the
an
band.
example of any awful old Beatles? I want to
Fuck
hear
yeah.
one of
Give me-
those now.
give me one of the. No.
How about Yesterday?
Give me the first album.
In My Life? Huh?
I Am the Walrus.
that's a good
What song is this there, Travis? No, I'm not.
a good song.
That's the ones we know. We're talking about the ones we don't know. You just fucking
What a
ruined
good
my
song
entire
this is.
point.
Get like one from fucking
Give me their first album, and I'll pick
their first album.
Please Please Me.
Every day.
See, that's another popular song.
Paperback Writer's a great song.
No, I'm saying.
What's Chains?
Yeah, Chains.
Eleanor Rigby. These are all old songs.
No. Anna, go to him. Go with Anna, go to him.
Who are you? Everyone knows this song, man.
Yes. Even the old stuff is Toe Tappers.
Yeah. No, we don't have that one.
Of course,
Probably
see?
because you don't know it.
There are Beatles songs they don't have?
Yes.
How do you not have any Beatles songs?
Everyone.
Go with Ask Me Why, yeah. This is all off the first album.
No.
No?
See,
No,
that's
I don't
the
have
point
Ask
I'm
Me Why.
making.
That's why.
That's the point I'm making. These are songs
let
that
me
no
try to
one
find
knows.
Ew. There's a song called Boys.
Yeah.
Ringo wrote that one.
Yeah, go with Boys.
Oh, that's not going to be there.
How many?
Nope, try again.
How many songs off the first album does SiriusXM have in their mess?
One.
Which ones do they got for the first album? Can you look it up that way,
For
Travis?
what, Meet the Beatles?
No, it's actually not me. It's please, please, me.
Please, yeah, please.
All right, hang on.
Here, go back to
And if
the.
you want to hear Boys, I think I probably have it here on a YouTube video. If you want to try it.
We got a lot of Please, Please Me.
What songs you have from Please Please Me?
There's a Place, P.S. I Love You, Baby It's You, Twist and Shout, I saw her standing there, Please, Please Me.
All right, listen, Danny's got it over here.
Oh, okay.
Listen to that.
Shut that shit off.
Sounds like Mondo Topless.
I've been told when
a trip around the world. Hey, hey.
Say, this is like, what does this sound like?
Don't sit the Beatles, you fucking asshole.
Help me out.
Sounds like, what's his name with the glasses? Roy Orbison.
I was thinking Roy Orbison.
Roy Orbison-ish.
Actually, this one isn't even as bad as some of the other ones I listened to over the break.
This sounds
Buddy Holly a little bit.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't sound like the Big Bopper. That fucking stupid Chantilly lace. God, what a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, this isn't the sound of the Beatles that we all know. They were still finding their way.
Yep. Talking about boys now? What the fuck are you talking about this song? And then a nice bad George Harrison lead.
Do you think his leads were good?
Oh, sounds like his fingers are stuck in the strings, trying to pull them out.
This is very Beach Boys too, isn't it? This should be like the background for a fucking surf scene. Ringo's drumming.
Give me another one from that album. That one
Bop,
actually
shoo up, bop, bop, shoo up.
I want to hear one that kind of sounds like the Everly Brothers.
That was a little Everly Brother-ish.
You think? They were just imitating.
Anna, go to him.
Yeah, let's try this one. And I know there's people out there that know these songs. All right, relax.
Yeah.
But the average person just doesn't. Does this sound like fucking I Am the Walrus?
It sounds like the B-side to Phil Phillips, Sea of Love.
You come and ask me, girl, to set you free, girl.
Yeah, that's bold.
Have you ever heard this song before?
No. Than me, so I will set you free. Go with him.
It's like Teen Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anna, girl, before you go now, I want you to know.
Why couldn't Yoko walk in during this shit? Wreck the band.
Still love you so, but if he loves you more, go with him.
Go with him. Keep Best in there? No. Ringo, that's right.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Bad.
Then they discovered the pod, and then then they got their sound that we all know. Right?
Abbey Road. That's a good album right there.
That was the last one.
I like that one. It's a fucking good one.
Help was a good song.
Was Abbey Road the last one?
I don't know.
No, Let It Be.
Let It Be?
Let It Be.
Wasn't that that wasn't just McCartney?
No, you nerd.
You silly goose.
Let it be.
You're silly.
What, Mother Mary comes in, she says that shit to him? Mother Mary had terrible advice. No matter what he said, she'd shut him up. Yeah, I'm seeing this girl, let it be. Let it be. I got this girl, I don't know, I have sores in my penis. Let it be. Let it be.
Speaking words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You know what there's words of wisdom? Hey, there's a fucking hornet flying by my face. What should I do? Let it be.
That's words of wisdom.
Only in that case. Let it be is a blow-off.
Blow-off.
Mother Mary had enough of his fucking whinging.
People are attacking me. So people are saying, they like those songs. That's fine. My point is that the average listener never heard those songs before.
This song stinks.
Really?
I'm kidding, of course.
Okay.
One of the best songs ever.
You know about the Let It Be album? They didn't even really, they didn't really go back in the studio for this. It was just a bunch of fucking, you know the story, right?
Yeah.
It was a bunch of fucking tapes that they didn't know what to do with for years.
Wow.
And then Phil Spector came in and said, I'll make something with your fucking tapes. I think that's the story with Let It Be.
This song is
fucking made something
fantastic.
with those fucking tapes.
Spector worked on the tracks and
Right?
He shot a girl in the face.
Yeah.
Well, these tapes were basically, most people thought there was nothing there. And then Phil Spector really looked into it and made something out of it.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing if you think about it.
Holy mackerel, this is a good song.
I had a babysitter cry when this was being played on TV.
Why?
And it was like when it came out, and she's watching it like she was so psyched that it was coming on and it was really promoted and everything. because Paul McCartney had this giant fucking beard, like a big beard, mustache, and the hair at the time. Like, that was his look for the time. And she wanted the old, like,
the cute little fucking Paul McCartney.
Love me do.
Dutch boy
you
haircut.
know I love you. Yeah, it was that Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Was she crying?
She was crying, going...
Was this the advice she gave you as you stumbled towards her whiskey glass? Just let it be.
Let it be. She was going, oh, he looks so old. This is terrible.
Yeah, Let It Be was recorded before Abbey Road, but released afterwards.
Wow.
After the band was pretty much done. Yep.
Wow. This is one of their best songs, I think.
See, that shit happened back then. Albums come out, songs come out after the band's gone. Like motherfucking, like Tupac.
Oh, you know what? This is a very good point from Gord in South Carolina. Gord?
Hey, Gordy.
How are you?
Hey, Gordo.
Good morning. Yeah, you guys are missing the point with those early Beatles songs. They predate the Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's just sound of the time, boys.
So until Michael J. Fox played... Oh, I see. Right,
Exactly.
right. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, let's go to Danny in Baton Rouge. Danny.
Yeah, that first piece of shit doo-wop song, that was Ray Charles, What I Say. Exactly what it sounded like.
Yeah, a little Ray Charles. Yeah, absolutely. They were just doing the sound of the time until they found their way.
Yeah, until they sold.
Very good, brother.
He wakes up to music. Mother Mary comes in. She's probably having like a drunken party like in Once for Warriors. Fucking father's going to punch the mother in the face. This is music playing, and he wakes up and she says, let it be.
And she just comes in saying, let it be.
Mother Mary was a retard.
Yes.
The later years of the Beatles, what's your worst song?
That's a stupid one. A-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
No, I'm talking Beatles.
Sgt. Pepper. Seriously, I like that, but it's one of my least favorite Beatles songs.
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
It's not a bad song, but it's one of my least favorite of all the Beatles songs I like.
What about Maxwell's Silver Hammer?
Bang, 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 bang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me say hi to Derek in Louisiana. Derek.
Jesus, fucking Tits McGillicuddy is doing the weather on fucking Fox. She walked away.
I was fucking noticing that too. The blonde, right?
Shit, what big heavy ones.
The blonde with the white belt. No, they're so heavy that she needs to hoist them up a little higher. They're natural bigums.
Yes, and Fat Ray Liotta's behind the desk. Who's that guy? Sorry, caller.
She's got bigums.
Derek.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Hey.
Jimmy.
Yes.
How the hell are you going to talk bad about any music when you love Black Sabbath so much?
Oh, shit.
Well, that's what's called a musical taste, sir, and we all have our opinions.
That's musical bullshit. Black Sabbath sounds the same every damn song.
Oh, boy.
Well, at any time you're not familiar with a certain music, and I would probably say the same thing about certain bands, it would all sound the same to me, but it wouldn't to a fan.
It doesn't sound the same to you. It's not the same riffs for everything.
I actually can... every Sabbath album, honestly, sounds so different to me. Like, to me, there's nothing on Master Reality that would sound right on Volume 4. Nothing on Sabbath Bloody Sabbath that would sound right on Black Sabbath. Each album had its own distinct sound to me.
Okay. Love you, Jimmy.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Hey, we got average listener checking in. I love when the average listener checks in. Average listener, what do you got?
Hey, Opikins. I'm the average listener. I just want to let you know that I do not know those Beatles songs that you're playing. All right?
There you go, average listener.
He's the average
Backing up
listener.
my point, yeah.
Oof. Jesus Christ. Who's their baby? Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley? Tiger Woods and his wife's baby. That kid's got some fucking awful triangle hairdo.
What do they got on Tiger? Same shit?
Yeah,
Same shit. They
over
will
and
be
over again?
pounding this fucking story. Oh, my God.
But it's such a non-story. He's a guy who plays golf, who had a fight with his wife, and he hit a fire hydrant, and it's headline news. What a country of assholes. God, we dumb
so
motherfuckers.
Fucking right. It's annoying. It's just taking up.
Why are we supposed
the
to care about Tiger Woods' life?
Even or have it as a blurb. There's no news.
This is not front page lead story shit.
Where's the Columbia professor punching his white coat? Where is it?
That never happened.
Whoa,
what are you talking about?
Fuck. Tiger Woods' statement is very suspicious.
This is a private matter.
No, before that, he's basically saying it's all my fault. It's very embarrassing for my family. Why is it embarrassing that he...
Fucking abroad, perhaps?
Well, that's what I'm
That's
getting
a little
at.
embarrassing.
If we're supposed to believe that he just kind of crashed his car leaving his house because...
Who knows? Maybe his wife's a kook and he's protecting her.
Maybe, yeah. Well, a little bit of a anger streak in her there. If she did indeed, belt him over the head with a golf club.
Yeah, who knows? It might have been something really innocent. Like if she said, "How's the food?" You went, "Oh, the steak was a little undercooked," and she came out with a golf club and swung it at him and started screaming racial epithets, and he had to drive away. She's a psycho.
How great would it be that he's in hell like that?
It's amazing he was able to hide it for that long.
Right.
Yeah.
He's basically a billionaire, but he has to deal with that.
He keeps winning tournaments because she hits him when he doesn't. And by the way, what is this blindgossip.com?
I don't even know if we want to tackle that, but go ahead, Jimmy.
What is it?
I don't know. Steve fucking handed it in. That's probably one of Steve's websites.
Where did he? What is blind gossip? It's obviously someone who doesn't want to take responsibility for saying something publicly.
I hate blind items.
I do too.
Blind items is where they tell the whole story, but they don't add in anybody's name, and you're supposed to just figure it out like a little puzzle,
right,
as to who it is.
Right.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. There is no. I don't even know if this is related to Tiger Woods or not.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's like it's a blind item.
Okay, you want to read it?
And you're supposed to go, oh, well, maybe this is that person or this one or Nick Nolte or fucking Hoff or whoever.
Yes.
But
Pete Sampras.
As if this famous athlete doesn't have enough dang problems right now, you can add a couple more to the list. His wife knew that he had relied on certain substances in the past to relieve his extreme bouts with performance anxiety. However, she did not know until a couple of days ago that he had been experimenting with other substances that could get flagged during testing. The second problem he has is his penchant for women who are paid handsomely to be discreet about their extracurricular activities with him. Word is he likes to be punished for his bad behavior. Oof. He was subject to harsh discipline at an early age, and he tells the women that he needs them to continue that tradition in order for him to be perfect. But don't expect either of these habits to come to the forefront in the coming months. Everyone is getting paid off to lie or keep their trap shut.
A bunch of fucking horse
And that
shit.
person is Jim Norton.
Right. That could be anybody.
That's probably accurate. That doesn't sound too crazy.
All right, we're all thinking who they're writing about, obviously. Name a second person. Name a second person this could possibly be.
Jesus, any athlete. It could be any. It literally could be. We all think, of course, Tiger Woods is what you think because he's in the news. Could be any athlete.
Could be any athlete.
Why? You need to know about an athlete that had a father that worked them hard.
Or parents that disciplined
How
them.
many? No, I mean, people that follow sports. Name another guy this could be.
Roger Clemens.
Could be.
You need to know about an athlete that had an overbearing father that worked him really hard.
I don't know if Ken Griffey Jr. did because Ken Griffey Sr. I guess anyone whose father was a pro.
And it has to
one
be
of the
someone,
Mannings, it could be.
Has to be someone that's perfect, which means won a lot of titles or.
What about Andre Agassi?
Andre Agassi.
All right, that's all I'm asking for another name it could possibly be besides the obvious.
Is he married?
That's Steffi Graf.
Oh, right.
Agassi. Is he still married?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to Steffi Graf.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Travis just
all right.
said.
You just proved my point. You named another athlete.
I could be him for his bad behavior. But he just put out a book about all that. And it said, don't expect these habits to come to the forefront in coming months.
So
Everyone's
it can't be
getting paid
Agassi
to lie or keep their trap
right,
shut.
so we
but
still need a second
he just put
name.
a book out that pretty much exposed everything. So
that's wrong.
I don't know if it's Andre
Andy
Agassi.
Pettit.
Andy Pettit.
No.
Goodness gracious!
He knew.
You should see what's going on in the Yankee dugout.
Oh, yeah. Pettit's getting a spanking by Posada. And Clemens has on a face dildo in George's box. Right now I'm riding Clemens' face dildo in George's box.
He lacks a lot of discipline.
Yeah. Pettit's smiling. Posada's got a paddle.
I guess we have the answer to the question, who's going to be taking that strap on?
I guess there's no more questions. She's the greatest.
Oh,
she rules.
That was her worst moment ever.
That's anybody's worst moment. Hitler didn't have moments that bad. Mussolini didn't. It's a terrible moment.
Oh, fuck, we got the other athlete.
Wow.
Pumpsy fucking Green.
Pumpsy Green.
God, that Pumpsy Green.
He did have problems.
Let's go to Rick in Indiana.
Hey, Rick.
Hey. Well, the one big news thing that isn't making, too much news with the media is this climate change bullshit. All the emails that came out, proving that it's all a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, what was this about, Ann? I did see a
So it's like a fat Al Gore.
Yeah, a bunch of shit got leaked out, some emails and stuff, and it's pretty much, a bunch of global warming authorities saying that it's bullshit. It's pretty much the long and short of it. Yeah, saying, this really is bullshit. It's all cyclical, all the weather. Don't give me your global warming bullshit. And Al Gore has made more fucking money on global warming. Huh? What?
Coffee. We might go off the air.
Oh, shit. A little bit. Just a couple of...
Keep talking.
A couple of buttons. If I hear crackling.
Oh, shit. That's not bad.
Good. Do you hear that? Oh, I hear crackling. Is that crackling?
Sorry, you guys. Continue. I'll just mop up. Oh, this is a bad one.
Yeah, they're calling it a global warming scandal. Media silent on global warming scandal. Oh, look at that. It's Greg Gutfeld.
Where's Gutfeld?
I guess he talked about it.
Of course he's going to talk about it.
Why? He's usually a coward.
Oh, my God. On his Greg log.
He's got a Greg log?
He got a Greg log.
His Greg logs are brilliant, man.
Yeah.
They really, I'm on Reddit tonight, actually.
Very well written.
They're they really are brilliant.
Dude, you're like a regular on that show now, man.
Yeah, I'm on every Monday this month.
Ooh.
Every Monday. They call me Monday Jimmy.
The Monday Kid.
Monday Jimmy.
Call yourself the Monday Kid.
But no
thanks.
one's talking about it. So.
Vince from Bayonne. I think we're good again, right, Vince? Me and you? We're good?
Bayonne.
He had a problem with the Bobo thing the day before we left, or the day we left.
Why?
The Bobo thing was great.
I don't even remember that.
No?
It was pre-vacation. PV, I don't remember. I don't remember things PV.
By the way,
what's PV again?
Pre-vacation.
Pre-vacation.
Yeah.
Vince, I don't like Gutfeld's open shirt, though. Trying to show a little too much chest.
Yeah, I know. What's he doing?
I'm trying to be sexy.
Stop it.
Showing off a little of that chest hair.
Yeah, he's been hitting the gym. Proud of himself.
Vince from Bayonne writes, wow, thanks for the heads up on the Fox 5 weather girl. Tits McGee indeed.
Tell Vince I didn't say that. I said Tits McGillicuddy.
Tits McGillicuddy.
I don't
is
say
a lot
McGee.
funnier.
Yes,
McGillicuddy.
Tits McGee.
Tits McGee.
Tits McGee is someone else.
Exactly. That's actually a real person.
McGillicuddy.
Hey, speaking of sports, you hear about the Clippers announcers?
What?
Ralph Lawler and Michael Smith.
What?
Their one-game suspension.
Yeah. What? Why?
There's a flood of emails.
Yes. For
A flood of emails.
Well, for making comments about an Iranian player.
Yeah.
Why? So?
Hamer Haddadi, I believe.
So Marty throws one down.
Look who's in.
13-point lead. Ahmed Haddadi?
Yeah.
Where's he from?
He's the first Iranian to play in the NBA.
There aren't any Iranian players in the NBA.
He's the only one.
Hisham Iran?
I guess so.
I mean, that Iran?
Yes.
And the real Iran?
Yes.
Wow. Well, Haddadi.
Jesus.
That's what they said.
Well, they have to stop the game to get the Iranian out?
Was that it?
Yep.
I don't know. Come on.
That's it.
Where's the offensive part?
I think they mispronounced something.
Well, from what I remember reading about the story before the break, one of the complaints was that instead of saying Iranian, like they over-enunciated the I, so they were saying Iranian, and I guess somebody was
like
offended.
Italian?
Right, I guess someone was offended by the way that they said that.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They got one email.
That was one of the complaints.
Didn't they get one email?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I heard one email came in. I could be wrong.
Huh. By the way,
No, all the stories say one email.
Vince is trying to defend himself. He couldn't spell McGillicuddy, so he went with McGee.
Oh.
Well,
is that fair enough? But he spelled McGillicuddy good enough for
exactly to defend himself. It's a horrible argument, Vince.
Phonetically, dummy.
I smell Vince D-U-M-M-Y.
Let's get back to this. Maybe they say some more shit.
Well, Haddadi. That's Haddadi.
Sure it's not Borat's older brother?
Oh, okay.
So Tinsley is back. Gay goes out.
If they ever make a movie about Haddadi, I'm going to get Sacha Baron Cohen to play the part.
Well, Gay had quite a second half.
By the way, when the first joke bombed, what made you want to segue into another one?
They should be suspended for not being funny.
Maybe that's it.
Right. They said, work on your comedy chops.
Gay had quite a second half with 21 points in the half, getting a greeting from happy head coach Lionel Hollins. Here's Haddadi. Nice little backdoor pass.
Look at the pass.
I guess those Iranians can pass the ball.
Especially the post players. I don't know about their guards.
They're just shocked that an Iranian can play basketball.
Yeah. Surprised they're not throwing around a severed head.
Right.
He's the first Iranian to play in NBA. Smith pronounced Iranian as Iranian. Some people do. Some people say Iran. Some people say Iran. It's just the way people fucking
Some people say Iran. I say Iran.
Yeah.
Iranian is the right way.
Yeah, I say Iranian.
So do I. Iran. Ian.
Who cares?
Yeah.
How did they get suspended for that?
Sorry, we're not pronouncing...
Oh, fuck this country.
Sorry, we're not pronouncing Ahmadinejad's home country, right?
Yeah.
Fucking assholes.
Yeah, fucking terrorist nation. Sorry. Guys playing basketball, though?
Yeah, it's a little weird.
The hell's an Iranian playing basketball?
A little weird.
I just want to repeat everything he said.
I know.
So I can get some more time off. I'll be suspended.
Great joke, though. Hey, we should get Sasha Baron cut. We got it. Got it the first time you said Borat.
You mean the guy that played a character from fucking former Soviet bloc country and not fucking the Middle East? Dummy.
So that fucking Bruno on demand again, and I said, nope. I have no desire to see it.
None.
No.
I didn't like, I didn't think Borat stunk. I don't like any of the stage stuff. I just loved the show.
I like the Borat.
I
like the real stuff in Borat.
I didn't like any of the fucking storyline. I didn't care about it. He's funny enough just annoying people.
Yeah. But Bruno just, for some reason, just can't
Bruno's a funny character, too, but I know it's going to be staged, and I don't want to see anything staged.
I saw Funny People. Anyone else see Funny People?
No.
Yeah?
No.
Jimmy?
No, another thing I have no involvement in. Why would I? Was it good?
I saw Funny People.
Did it stink?
Remember when a listener got the Uncle Paul thing on the news for his birthday? Was it his birthday?
Yeah, I'm 57 years young.
They got it wrong, yeah.
It was Uncle Paul's birthday. They did the birthday wishes on a local news channel. And then they did Hargis, right?
Did they? I didn't hear Hargis.
Yeah, it's right behind you.
Paul Hargis.
Paul Hargis. Yeah. Do we have the Paul Hargis? Do we have the Uncle Paul?
Yeah, I want to hear that.
Yeah, we should play the two leading up to there's a new one, is what I'm getting at here.
I'm amazed this sand can play ball at all. It's amazing. Now that might get him suspended, but saying Iranian, Jesus.
You want the happy birthday Paul Hargis?
Yeah, whatever one you got.
Yeah, I think this
Let's start with that one, and then get the other one, too, if you have it. Here's, So, it's becoming a thing.
That's not it.
It's Opie.
It's the whole fucking bit.
Sorry, I jumped again.
All our bits are
You should have fallen on it.
now.
Fucking mouth first. I love suicide jokes.
Jimmy.
There's the big titted monster.
Holy shit.
Oh, there she is.
And those are fucking
Look
real.
at those big tits.
Jesus.
They're
She should
real,
rob
too.
Banks as the tits kid. She's fucking great.
She's got a belt on so they don't fall out
Yeah, what's
of the
going
bottom
on?
of her sweater.
I can't figure her out.
Wow. Man.
Yeah, they're a little weighty.
And now here with the
hanging
weather
a little
is
low.
Here with the weather is big juicy tits. I mean,
Here's the Paul Hargis. Do you got the other one? You got the Uncle Paul one too?
I have the Uncle Paul. Yeah.
Oh, you got the Uncle Paul one? All right, start with that there, Danny.
All right.
It's viewer birthday time. Today's birthdays, of course, include the ones we missed on Friday and also today's. Happy 14th birthday to Gina Reed. Birthday wishes from your mom and dad, your brothers Eric and John, your grandparents, aunts, and uncles Lucky and Mittens.
Happy 41st birthday to Ted Scheckler. Birthday wishes from your mom, dad, Uncle Paul, and Steve C.
And 1 year old. Yeah, happy first birthday to
So that's
picture.
let's go to Nova Scotia. James. So that's
Picture of Jimmy is fantastic.
That
with
Shackler picture roll.
bad mustache thing. It's fantastic.
And then here's the second one.
Time now for birthdays on the 7th.
Turning 7 years young, Nevaeh, I'm hoping that's right, Stern. She is a little piece of heaven. Likes Hannah Montana and likes to help others. Nevaeh, happy birthday to you.
And turning 77 years young, Paul Hargis enjoys playing patty cake with all of his grandchildren. And hey, this is the best part. He enjoys watching First News every day. Thank you, Paul, and a very happy birthday to you.
It is 6.
That's the best part.
They got it wrong.
Yeah, they got the age wrong.
They make me sound like I'm an older man.
Sorry. Yeah, they did fuck that up.
I'll be 58 in March.
You're just young, though.
57 years young.
Well, we got a brand new one.
Patty cake.
We got a brand new one.
I love when people do these.
Here it is. It's viewer birthday time.
And we're going to start out with a 15th anniversary, wedding anniversary to Clary and Sophia. Miskovich. Okay, anniversary wishes from our friends, your friends in Rudolph.
Happy 7th birthday to Abby and Nicholas Middlestead. Birthday wishes from your mom, dad, Sydney, grandma, and grandpa.
Happy 12th birthday to Misty and Amanda. Birthday wishes from mom, dad, Zach, Stormy, and Rachel.
Gregory Hughes is the big 3-0 today. Birthday wishes from your mom, dad, Anthony, Uncle Paul, and little Jimmy.
Uncle Paul.
Little Jimmy. And the picture of me.
It's the worst fucking picture of me.
Age 30.
Gregory Hughes.
God damn.
Wait, play that again.
People are assholes.
You play from where you're at, bro. Just back it up slightly.
That is great.
Just because.
To Misty and Amanda. Birthday wishes from mom, dad, Zach, Stormy, and Rachel.
Gregory Hughes is the big 3-0 today. Birthday wishes from your mom, dad, Anthony, Uncle Paul, and little Jimmy.
Happy birthday to Patty.
We got a nice collection.
Damn, that's a good one.
We're up to 3.
Damn. And little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy.
The big 3-0. Jesus Christ. Man.
Very good, whoever did that one.
God, I love that people do that.
I think I tweeted over the break. I'm not really sure, though. All right.
Ted Scheckler.
You want to learn about Captain Sully, or do you want to take a little break?
I got to piss badly.
I heard a little something about Captain Sully.
I've heard some salty stuff.
Oh, indeed.
All right, we'll do a little of that after the break. And what about the couple crashing the White House? That's a little weird, huh? We'll get into that after the break, too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one.
Maybe some of the other things that happened while we were away. Opie and Anthony, we're live today. Stay there. What else is going on today? You hear about the 41-year-old man who was adopted at birth to find out years later that his father's Charles Manson.
Charles Manson.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You see the picture of the guy? He looks kind of like Charles
Does
Manson.
He look a little like Chuck?
A little bit. Is he a law-abiding citizen, this kid?
Charlie
Yeah,
Manson?
he's a peacenik. His idol is like Gandhi, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he's
lying.
No, I'm actually not. He's like the polar opposite.
Let me look at you. Okay.
And he talked to his mother, and she eventually told him who it was, and that she said Manson raped her at an orgy. She probably just fucked him. He raped her, shut up, at an orgy in 1967.
Yeah.
And the guy said he wrote Manson letters. And they've written back and forth, but Manson sent him a phone number, but they haven't talked.
Nice.
Fucking Jimmy nailed it.
That's sweet.
There you go. A Gandhi-following, peace-loving, free-spirited vegetarian who was adopted at birth has discovered the worst possible thing a son could find out about his father.
Oh, wow.
His dad is Charles Manson.
And the true irony is he loves tater tots. And Folgers coffee.
Oh, shit.
It's like finding out that Adolf Hitler is your father, said Matthew Roberts.
No,
well,
that would be like finding out Adolf Hitler's your father.
Well, that's a dream for Anthony.
Silly. What?
Would that be a dream come true?
No.
You were given away for adoption.
What are you kidding?
And your father was...
Resemblance? Oh, got my mustache. Shave it down a little bit. Let me show you. No.
No?
No.
So that happened during break. And then you got 10 students suspended for taking part in Kick a Jew Day.
What?
You didn't hear about this one? We got audio for this one. This is
crazy.
This is great.
What's wrong with people?
I know.
Does
They
he
should
look
want to
like-
re-register in school, doesn't it?
Does he look like Manson? Like, trim down that weird goatee of his and, you know.
Wow, Manson looks fucking old, man.
Yeah.
What a shitty beard he has.
Yeah, Manson's looks like a goat. What happened? What happened to Manson?
70
prison's not agreeing with him. He is an old dude now, right?
He's not scary at all.
Really?
No, he used to be. Not anymore. Boy, that swastika just never went away, did it?
It's just such a silly look on him. What are you doing, you dumb
It
beard?
really does look silly.
Kind of fading a little bit.
Is it? A little bit?
I think so.
You think you could change it into something else? Get some other work done.
Exactly.
Tat artists
Have a
put like
tic-tac-toe board put on there.
fucking Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, they should make it into a silly tattoo.
Turn it into something silly.
Yeah. 4 little arms waving at somebody. Hello, 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 hello.
Here's the Kickajou story.
10 students were suspended from a Florida middle school for their role in what's being called Kick a Jew Day. Word had spread around school that if you saw a Jewish student on Thursday, you were supposed to kick them. According to the school, several students were asked about their religion and kicked throughout the day. The parents of some of the kicked students say the punishment isn't enough.
Oh, I think it's horrible. I don't understand why they would do that. I think it should have been more harsh, definitely.
Personally, I think it's a non-issue.
You're not concerned that this was going on?
Not particularly.
I don't care. Tell you the truth. Jew gets kicked. Don't matter to me none.
I love how the news guy explained it.
Yeah.
Like we didn't know what Kick a Jew Day would mean.
Yeah, it doesn't really need an explanation now.
No, he's like,
does
well,
it?
when you see a Jew, you're supposed to raise your foot until it connects with said Heb. Thank you for the explanation, asshole.
All right, well.
That just sounds silly. I like the other thing the kids are doing in school.
What's that?
The fucking flick-a-nut.
Flick-a-nut?
The fucking ball
fuck
tapping.
is that?
Ball tapping. Dude, ball tapping's going on.
My brother's a fan of that.
Kid actually wound up losing like his balls. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is that the Tate murders?
Yeah, the fucking pictures are brutal.
Hey, wow.
It's a nice couch. Looks comfy.
It is. It's an American flag blanket.
My brother and his boys during St. Patty's Day do that fucking punch each other in the fucking cock thing.
Yeah, this is
I don't understand. I'm like,
ball
dude.
flicking. Yeah. You're supposed to flick, but
like you're playing paper football?
People have just been walking up and kicking other guys in the balls. And one kid actually had to have his testicle removed. Because it is fucked up so bad that it built up scar tissue. Because he would they would kick him every day in the nuts. He was like the kid you just fucked with his balls every day. So he had to have a ball removed.
Why don't the kids out there understand that those are the future murderers? Will you leave them the fuck alone so we can all live in peace?
Yeah.
Stop picking on the kids at school. They turn around and get their revenge.
It's bullying. It's just called bullying.
Yeah. Let's get into some Sully action.
Oh, Captain Sully, coming in for a landing, is he?
Wow. He sure is. Let's not forget Mad Dog, Chris Russo will be here at 9 o'clock.
Yes. Look at her, Heine.
Looks like she might have eaten a little too much turkey.
Oh, Jesus. Look at D-Boy coming through.
D-Boy didn't even notice the hot chick.
Okay, he's touching his nipples.
That fucking Caligula hairdo of his. What a creep.
D-Boy, I didn't speak to D-Boy too much over the break, but I did get a communication from him over the vacation. It was an email that included a link to the beginner's cock pumping guide.
Why would he send that?
Because he's D-Boy.
Because he's D-Boy.
Is he over Lionsgate yet?
No.
Still not over it.
He will never see a Lionsgate movie. It's crazy.
Yuck. Oh, my God. A turnip just walked by.
Holy shit.
Is the sound on up there?
A turnip in a Christmas sweater. Yeah.
Let me see. I'll hit the sounds on.
It's terrible.
Why?
Because we'll get in trouble.
Who's that
with
frump?
HR puffin stuff?
Who's that frump?
She's like a little frumpy. Gotta be honest with you.
Here's Captain Sully and what he's up to.
Yeah.
Well, turn the audio on. I want them to hear this shit.
No.
Why?
HR.
Oh.
What about the relationship? Did it only help the relationship? Did it put strain on the relationship? It has to impact in some ways.
Both.
Sometimes it was so intense it would push us away because I was busy and I wasn't available to her or the girls, and so I had my priorities screwed up.
He doesn't know I'm going to say this, but I joked the other day that said, you know, the hero sex really helps a 20-year-old marriage.
Rockstar sex.
There's the headline right there.
Rockstar hero sex is what they're having there.
Means you fuck somebody, they overdose.
That's good.
That's a great way to do it.
Yeah. Oh, you don't look at Sully and think of him really.
Can we play
pounding away on the?
Can we play a game called "Who Has the Driest Pussy Out There"?
I don't know. I haven't.
Come on, Danny. We'll start with you. Who has the driest pussy out there?
Who would you think would have the driest pussy?
When you think dry pussy, what image comes to mind?
The first person that pops into my head.
Let's play driest pussy out there.
All right, I got one.
Okay, start with you, Ed.
Barbara Walters.
Wow.
Dry fucking
game
pussy.
Over.
Nah, I think someone else come up with something, but that
How about Estelle Getty?
Wow.
How about
she kind of? Nah, she seems like she might have just a little moisture left.
Dead. She's dead.
Oh, is she?
How about any girl who fucks E-Rock?
He's not even in here. He's been minding his own business for the last 10 days.
You know, by the way, I want to say I left E-Rock alone. When he walked in, as we were talking about the big-titted monster, I was going to make a comment, but I left him alone out of the goodness of my heart.
But you had to bring it up on the air.
Yes, I did.
So did you actually leave him alone?
No.
Barbara Walters, I think you fucking...
Barbara Walters
you just wrecked our
has
game.
A fucking, just like I pictured this, her labia having powder on it, like the old gum that used to come in the packages of baseball cards.
Sure.
Bazooka
like a
Joe.
fine dust.
When you got to look at an old broad's lips.
Yeah.
Lips mean pussy.
Like her mouth lips?
Oh, yeah. That's when you can really figure out who
like when
has
they
the
put on
driest pussy out
lipstick
there.
and then it wicks up the cracks.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Driest pussy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fucking Nancy Reagan. It's got to be up there.
Oh.
Nancy Reagan might be in the lead, Ed.
Wow, nothing in there. Not a droplet, not any moisture.
It's like a crawl space.
Just a sandstorm.
NASA's going to ram a satellite into it and then take photos of what comes out to see if there's any water left in her vag. It went on too long.
It really was an 8-part bomb.
Saturation bombing, yes.
Dr. Steve has one. Look up.
Oh.
Helen Gurley Brown.
Oh. Yeah.
Also, Joan Rivers coming in. Hillary Clinton.
I
Phyllis
think Joan
Diller.
takes a dick every so often.
Yep.
She probably takes a dick, though.
That doesn't mean that the dry pussy isn't getting, a dick.
No, I think dry pussy doesn't even get any... Oh, God
Helen
damn.
Gurley Brown might have the driest pussy.
Yeah, that is really nasty.
Jessica Tandy, if she's still alive.
Helen Gurley Brown was a good one.
Yeah, that is bad.
I'll bet you Jessica Tandy's box looks like the underside of my bed. Probably has dust bunnies in it.
Janet Reno is coming in.
Let's go with Peter in Massachusetts. Peter.
That's Watley.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Queen of England's pussy's probably full of spiders and fucking cobwebs and shit like that.
Could have just said dry.
Fucking mother!
Cobwebs and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And such.
He's trying to think of dry things, like parchment that hasn't been contaminated. Boo.
Susan Boyle's coming in.
Yeah.
There's moisture down there. It's not getting
sweat.
It's not getting used, but
it's flop sweat.
She has been all over the news during vacation. She sang on the Today Show, I believe.
Did she?
Right? And she that
and her album's number one?
Yeah, it was number one on... Oh, God. Her album was number one on
MooTube. Oh.
MooTube. On Amazon, as far as pre-orders go.
Oh, you know what? Jordan.
All the songs sound the same.
Jordan from Scranton, little known fact. Jordan writes, Joan Rivers used to powder British judges' wigs. Hold on.
Oh,
Too much
no.
is the feedback coming in. Wigs by queefing on them.
I think they got to be alive. Eleanor Roosevelt. Stop. Who's that?
Who's that, Danny?
That's this is Travis's pick for driest pussy. It's Linda Hunt.
Oh, Linda Hunt is that old broad.
Wow.
That's the midget.
Yeah, she's fairly awful.
Not to be confused with Helen Hunt, who.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
From Twister.
Helen Thomas. Helen Thomas, anyone?
No.
That's coming in by Brian in New Paltz. Who's... Oh, my God, her!
She's the reporter, the White House reporter.
And where's the red? And asked the first question.
Isn't she dead now?
I think she's still kicking it.
I thought she died.
I think she was able to ask Obama a question. Unless she died recently. Yeah.
She asks the first question, what, every time?
Every fucking time.
Why?
It's tradition. I don't know. I could keep track of this. Oh, we got it right here. Carlin in Ohio. Carlin.
It's got to be that old bitch, Alan Alda.
Alan Alda. Jimmy farted at your line. He didn't like it. Let's go to Eric in Jersey. Eric.
Judge Judy by far.
Judge Judy?
No, I disagree. No way.
Probably crazy.
She's probably, because she's such a conservative judge lady, she's probably like a dirty girl.
Dude, Helen Thomas could be the winner, man.
That's
we're looking at a fucking picture.
Madeleine Albright, her vag has got to be a fucking horror show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Probably looks like a baked snail.
Helen Thomas should do horror movies. Look at that fucking face. Doesn't need any makeup or nothing.
Margaret Thatcher.
Horrendous.
That's got to be really dry.
It only gets wet when when the Britons invade somewhere. Like in 2001 when they went into Afghanistan, she fucking stuck to the seat too long as well.
Let's go with Carol Channing. Good old Carol Channing.
Long as well.
Yeah, well.
Carol Channing,
Let's go with Carol Channing.
Wow, she's got to look horrid these days.
Carol.
There she is.
Oh, wait, big-titted monster.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Holy mother of...
They are just so weighty.
Jesus.
You can see her nip showing through, too.
Yeah.
I know where the nip is.
I
Not
see
bad
right
placement.
there.
Yeah.
Point.
It's a little...
Yep.
Yeah.
Right there,
That's
right?
it. That's the nip.
She has a big hefty bra. She's pointing at the clouds.
She's got good jerk
H and there's
hands, too.
an L right by there for large, as in her tits.
Oh, that's...
H as in hullabaloo, what I'd cause if I got that in my hands.
All the little letters on the weather map. Oh.
Wow, way.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at those heavy boobies.
They are some big,
Hey,
heavy
don't
bags.
leave the screen. Oh, look, I try to follow her off the screen.
You
It
can't
didn't
do
work.
that.
No.
Big fat breasts.
You like the big
nice.
fat breasts?
I don't have a fetish for them, but hers are great. Her little belt.
Yeah, you could just appreciate them.
Yeah.
Nice and weighty.
Yeah.
They don't
All right.
have to be big. But that's nice of her.
No, they have to be big.
I've sworn off of TV news girl weather traffic things. So I'm not even going to try with her.
I've never fucked anyone on TV. I'd like to.
No?
Yeah.
I've seen some of your pilots.
You're right. I really am the black spot on the lung of new projects. I'm pancreatic cancer. A few punchlines.
We're ready to move on from the driest pussy, but there's an honorable mention coming in.
Yeah.
Honorable. Barbara Bush. Let's see what Barbara Bush looks like these days.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Helen Thomas is still the leader, huh?
Yeah, she definitely wins. Helen Thomas.
Barbara Bush, she hasn't aged in 25 years, but she was old before her time.
Yeah, she's
like the
got
most
some good
bizarre thing ever.
Big wrinkly jowls, though.
She looks the same as she did 20 years ago, but it's like seeing something in the Jurassic era. Can you tell a 20-year-old T-Rex from a 70-year-old T-Rex? No.
Never thought of that. Yeah.
Let me say hi to Jason in South Carolina. Jason.
Driest vagina ever, Bill Burr's grandmother.
Oh, Bill Burr's grandma,
Bill
that's
Burr's.
right. Remember we talked about her?
Oh, we certainly did.
All
I was
right.
enjoying that bit.
I talked about deep fucking her on the couch. She didn't care for that at all.
No, we didn't.
Steve in Brooklyn. Steve.
Yeah, man, Dr. Sue, the sex expert.
Dr. Sue?
No, it's Sue Jorgensen?
Yes.
No, that old dirty old lady? No, she's probably does nothing but have sex.
Who's Dr.
No,
Sue?
but
her.
Have you seen what she looks like? She looks like a old fucking monkey skeleton.
Doesn't matter.
She's got some moisture left.
Who the hell wants to touch? Who would touch that?
Dude, she would still squeeze cum out of your balls.
Yeah.
Oh.
Would you touch that?
Huh? Why not?
It's not a matter of would we touch it, sir.
I know you're a sick fuck and you like old ladies, but would you touch that?
Why not? For the hell of it, sure. Why not?
You're fucking dry hump. You're gonna break her back.
What the hell's gonna happen to you if you fuck the old broad?
You kill her. You give her a heart attack.
Why? Because you're such a stud.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm saying because
into
she's
a
fucking
dildo
90 years old.
Yeah, we've done a lot
Get
of
it.
we've done a lot of material on her. She seems pretty cool. She talks to the kids about sex.
Yeah, she likes vibrators and shit like that. She probably lubes up and fucking... Yeah, please.
She's active.
Yeah. She probably just
Lubes
spits on a dildo. She doesn't even lube it. She just spits on it.
See the ads for those Trojan condoms?
Which ones?
They're on a lot now, those ads.
Which Magnums? Which commercial,
No, they're
though?
the ones that feel, they're supposed to feel better because, see, what they did was...
They
take
vibrate or something?
No.
What happened?
No. They take a condom. And like the bottom part, they got a big fucking hole
To
in
make
it.
it feel better?
So your dick is actually rubbing against the vagina, and it feels great.
It looks like your penis is wearing a little turtleneck.
It's a brilliant concept, really.
Yeah, it's just cut a hole in
Trojan.
it.
Man,
That's great.
Should be selling a lot of these.
See, the base of the condom is the normal size, so it squeezes around the base of your dick.
Right.
But the top of it, it balloons out, so it's all loosey-goosey, and there's lube inside and outside. So as you're fucking, the whole condom is sliding on your cock.
Why don't you just fuck a party balloon?
But that's what you're doing when you're fucking with a condom anyway. Then you get nothing. You're getting stiff rubber around your dick, and you're trying to feel like that. This, at least, you're feeling some kind of movement over. It's not like like we talk about the grip jerk and the slide jerk. It's more like a slide jerk.
And then the head of your penis looks like retarded because it's all fucking, you know what
It's
I mean?
in this big bag.
And it's all messed up, though.
Why would it be messed up?
Because how can I explain this? Because the condom doesn't give. So then it's all distorted when you're done.
Well, when you're done, no, it's full of jizz.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
But it keeps pushing forward, and then it just distorts the head of your... All right, this ain't.
I'm just trying to figure it out, but supposedly they
But the new ones
they feel really good. It's called the Trojan Ecstasy. That's what they are. Trojan Ecstasy, and maybe we got a picture of it.
I actually would prefer a Magnum. I have to put packing peanuts in it so it doesn't fall off.
You know what? We blew the bit, by the way. We
What?
should have went with driest young vag.
There it is.
Anthony.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Driest young vag, because someone's coming up, Tommy in Bay Ridge. Amy Winehouse. Driest young vag.
Nah, I think she's fucking always wet.
That's the way we should have went with this fucking
Look,
little
that's
bit of ours.
what it looks like. See, so the top
right
is
on,
all
man.
loosey-goosey around you. So then you're feeling it slide. I don't know. That's for people that use condoms. I don't know who
Exactly.
these people are. I don't know what they do.
Yeah. Tell them you don't want to see them anymore. They'll understand, believe me. I have to piss again. Jesus Christ.
Oh, goodness.
What's wrong with me?
You have a little bladder.
I certainly do.
It's teeny. We were going to do the Adam Lambert kiss thing.
Oh, that was a big story.
But who gives a shit?
No one cares.
What's the big deal with this?
Hey, look, Travis is on.
Hi, Travis.
Travis on Channel 11.
Yes, if he was a man.
If he was a man. That's Travis if he was a real man. Look at that.
Guy has a great jawline, doesn't he? Holy shit.
Hell, he sure can grow a beard, that gentleman.
A perfect beard.
Who is he?
I don't know. He's in some dumb show. This is Sneakers. He's on Heroes.
He's on Heroes. Anyone watch Heroes anymore?
No.
No more Heroes? Why don't we do the Adam Lambert thing? So he's on CBS this morning. Before his interview, this is kind of interesting. CBS aired a montage in which they blurred out Adam's man-on-man kiss. Where did he do that? On the Music Awards?
American Music
Awards?
Awards or something. He's it surprised the shit out of me that he was gay.
Yeah, who knew?
Wow.
Why would they blur that out, though? That is irritating.
Well, hold on. This is what's going to be the other side of this. So they blur out the Adam Lambert man-on-man kiss, but left Britney and Madonna's lesbian kiss
Good.
in the montage. So people are outraged by that.
Well, he's saying it's a double standard.
He's right.
That men can't grab each other and open-mouth tongue kiss on stage on fucking national television.
No.
And women can.
No man wants to see man-on-man kissing.
No!
Even I would assume even gay men don't want to see man-on-man kissing.
It's not even about
fucking two women kissing, and I don't care who you are. You want to see that.
You'll watch.
They shouldn't blur it, though. You know, it's unpleasant to see.
It happens.
This is
what are
what
you going to do?
Lambert said about the kiss thing. He's a smart guy, by the way, because he's got more and more people talking about him.
Smart. He'd try out some pussy. Well.
How fat is that girl on 11 getting, by the way?
That might just be the stretched picture.
No, she had a kid.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. She's coming back from a kid.
What does Adam Lambert think about all the controversy? Let's ask him. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning.
Did you have any idea your performance at the AMAs would ignite this firestorm?
No clue. No clue at all. I was really looking forward to it. I worked really hard with my dancers in my band for about 2 weeks putting that together. And I admit I did get carried away, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I do see how people got offended, and that was not my intention. My intention was just to interpret the lyrics of my song and have a good time up there.
Did you plan, when you were rehearsing, did you include those sexually charged moves in the rehearsal?
Those kind of came from more of a impromptu
What I did
place.
the night before?
No, those were not rehearsed.
While watching Milk?
I think ABC was...
You know what?
While watching Milk.
That's called cutting our losses. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Gone.
Fuck
Whatever. Let's take a break.
Yeah, we got Mad Dog coming up soon.
He should be here right after the break. We'll talk a little sports, I guess. Huh?
Nice.
What are we going to talk about with him?
I got a bunch of sports questions.
Give me one.
How tall is Reggie Jackson?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Good one.
Football.
How about that big game?
Which one?
I'll say to him.
The
Whatever.
big one.
Mm-hmm.
Damn Jets.
And they won yesterday.
Yeah, but they didn't cover the spread I had.
Oh.
I had Jets in 30.
Did you? That's a horrible move, Jimmy. Who's your bookie? Ted?
Yes.
Ted the bookie. Maybe after the break, Ted the bookie.
Yes.
Oh, has potential.
Certainly does.
All right, stay there.
As the theme music playing, I wonder.
Very happy to have the Mad Dog in studio, Chris Russo. What channel are you on, Chris?
Jonathan.
What channel? Let's get the channel out.
123, 144 XM.
See, you're in the same position we are. 197, 202. It gets a little confusing. I keep telling the guys down the hall, make it one fucking channel on Sirius and XM.
120, I know you would like to be. How you guys? Jimmy, how are you, pal?
I'm very good.
We're doing good.
Good.
Anthony, what's going on with you?
Great.
Opie, have a nice Thanksgiving?
Yes, I did.
Second, yeah, I didn't know. I thought it was his first wedding. It's his second Thanksgiving.
Yes, second as a family.
I just celebrated my 1 year anniversary.
Good for you.
But every time we talk to Mad Dog, he wants to know about my marriage
I
and
do,
stuff,
that's what I care about.
which means he must be in hell.
Oh, Jesus.
You ask way too many questions.
I do. I ask you. I want when he has the children, and then his life becomes a little different. He's bouncing around here and there. You know, say there'd be no more hockey for you, my friend.
I sent my last check.
I know,
from the divorce. So that
you're over
nice.
with. You finished with that,
Yeah,
huh?
that's that.
That was an easy run for him.
How many years?
Run.
How many years are you married?
He almost went through
9.
Wow.
But he...
No children, right?
No.
Let's put this in terms that he can understand. He went through 3 Olympics paying her off.
Wow. Wow, I can't understand that.
3 Olympics.
Was it all
Old
3
school.
summer or was it 3...
No, 3 summers.
Oh,
3 summer Olympics.
Jeez.
He was married for the length of time between the Yankees' last World Series win and this World Series win.
That's even better. Oh, one note. I like that one better, Jimmy.
Yeah, we got to talk in
That's
sports.
a good one.
Sports talk.
Oh, baby.
Mad Dog does a great show. I'm a fan. I listen.
You've always listened. You've been a good buddy.
Semi-regular. When I'm in the car, I definitely make sure I got you on every single time.
Well, I mean, the bottom line is I got to find my niche. You guys have a huge audience. You got, you've been on for a long time. You do lots of different things. Me, I have sports as my theme. Plus, I'm solo. Plus, it's 5 hours a day. So that's a long haul on a day in, day out basis. I got to find my niche. I got to find that topic.
Do you talk about other stuff besides sports?
Oh yeah, I get into stuff. I mean, nothing crazy. I do Tiger.
Yeah, when
for
you
instance,
and
count that.
I mean, I obviously know you from the Mike and the Mad Dog days, and when you guys used to go off sports topics and just talk about movies or lifestyle, just a little taste. I like that. It was refreshing. And then you got back to the sports.
I try to do that as much as I can. Again, a little harder when you're solo than when you are with somebody else.
Yeah, you have somebody to bounce off.
Right. So, I mean, you can sort of get in, you can drift off. But I mean, I'm trying to think of, I'll tell you what I've done. I've done 19 book authors since I've been on.
Jesus.
That's a lot in over a year and a half. I did have Agassi in studio.
Oh, yeah.
Would you read the
books?
books? Good spot.
That's a big
good
one.
Spot. Good book.
Did you read the books or you just kind of peruse them?
I usually read them. A couple, Daryl Strawberry's book I didn't read necessarily. I did read Jimmy Roberts. The big athlete book I won't read, but the good sports book I read. I did read Agassi.
Let's go back to Agassi. Did you know that was a fucking hairpiece?
I had no idea.
Yeah, really?
You had no idea until...
Nor did I know about that crystal meth stuff either.
Of course not. But after the hairpiece thing came out, we started looking at old videos, and it's so obvious.
Yeah, I could show you.
Which one was it? The
it's
US
like a
Open?
Kaja Google video.
It just sticks up there.
No,
Right?
it started like pushing upwards. And he had the headband trying to keep the hairpiece in.
I tell you, that is a great book. I was shocked how good that book was. That was a very good tennis book. It's just an excellent, excellent book. Now, I tell you what comes across great in that book is Steffi Graf.
Really?
I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. I mean, this is a weird one, but I'll give you, if you can follow the fact that she's such a, she knows what it's like to be a great player. One year he's playing, Federer at the Open quarterfinals. This is probably about 5 years ago. He's renting a house in Westchester. Him and Steph. He's got 2 kids. Renting a house in Westchester. It's a windy, swirly day, so there's rumors that there's going to be some bad weather. It's a night match. She calls the Albany Weather Bureau. She's not home. She's in Westchester. It's not the match. To check the weather. She finds out from the Albany Weather Bureau, you got to sell. This match is going to get canceled. I'm telling you right now, he's going to be home earlier than you think. Da, da, da. She goes out of her way to call the Albany Weather Bureau. He comes home with his coach, Darren Cahill, and she makes sure the kids are asleep, and she's got 2 hot plates of lasagna sitting on the kitchen table. So when he comes home, he's got something to eat because she knows she's going to have to finish the match the next day. So it's a different feeling about, you're prepared differently when you have a day off, you have a match the next day. The fact that Steffi Graf has got that straighted out like that, calls the Albany Weather Bureau. She won 19 majors, for God's sake. I was so impressed by that. It's that kind of crap. I was very impressed by her.
She's probably afraid you'd do meth and then flip the table like LaMotta.
Maybe, yeah. But I tell you, good book, though. Good book.
Yeah, it's all right, huh?
Yeah. And he was good in studio.
Yeah?
Yes, he was.
Very open and honest.
30 minutes. He was good.
Hey, well, let's get into the Tiger Woods thing. Holy, you're going to be talking about that all day, right?
Big theme. I mean, bottom line is Tiger is not used to this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been untouchable and
untouchable. He
squeaky clean.
There you go. Controls everybody. He dominates. He lets you know what he wants you to know.
And sues everybody if there's wrong info out there.
Has he sued people, really?
Oh, man, he's really into going all out with the suing.
Okay.
He can't sue here because everybody knows what's going on. I mean, you got this high profile. I mean, he's hanging out with this, good-looking woman from Australia who runs to a huge high-profile attorney, so she knows something's going on there. And his wife catches him. He runs out of the house at 2 o'clock in the morning. She follows him with a golf club. He presses on the gas. He puts it in reverse, hits a fire hydrant, and she smashes the car. I mean, it's not that difficult to figure out.
Yeah.
And, all the spin doctrine that he wants to do, private matter, these are malicious rumors, it doesn't work. No. We all know what's going on here, and he's not used to being in a situation where he's vulnerable.
Yeah.
And now he's vulnerable, and the issue will be what he does tomorrow. He's got this tournament tomorrow in California.
Right. He hasn't canceled yet, right?
He hasn't canceled. It's still up in the air.
But he could cancel and say, look, I'm still kind of recovering
he could do that,
from
or
this
he could just go out there and not talk to the media.
Oh, right. How's that going to happen?
It looks bad, but he could do that, too.
He's going to shoot 100.
He won't, knowing him, he'll go out there and shoot 65, but...
I think she attacked him while he was sleeping.
You think so? I don't know.
Come on. His face was pretty, I
guess he had some cuts on his face. And the bottom line is you need to talk to the cops. Just to get it out of the way so it's not lingering.
Yeah, now he's making this big mystery, but everybody knows, like you said, everybody knows
what's
what
going on.
What about the part where he's unconscious? unconscious for 7 minutes.
Well, what is? I guess his head hit the windshield or something.
Oh,
no,
really?
I think that maybe did happen.
I think she
no?
got one last shot in.
I think she hit him in the head with a golf club. I don't know about that.
One last shot in.
He was lying on the ground. And it's a bad scene.
And how insulting that it's with his golf club.
I know.
That paid for the house and the Escalade and everything else.
What a panicky Pete he is, though. His wife's yelling at him. He backs into the tree, the fire hydrant. Man up. I'd yell back at her. God almighty.
Don't you know who I am? I'm Tiger Woods. Shut up.
I mean, he didn't go out he wasn't going out for baby wipes at 2:30 in the morning. I guarantee you that.
No.
And he's not a drinker, so it's nothing to do with that. It is not. He's not wrapped up in that.
But he's been scandal free,
right?
You know.
But you know, the thing is, the media. He talks to media when he wants you to. He wants to answer questions, and now the media, who doesn't, you know, I think a lot of media is sort of down on Tiger, so now they're going to grapple. Now they're going to really attack him.
Yeah.
You know, he's in the deep end of the
What
pool
do you
now.
think as far as, because he's a sweetheart as far as endorsements go? You think it affects him at all?
You know, I probably not. I mean, do you think it affects him with endorsements? They need him more than he needs them.
Yeah, that's true, you know, but,
he's the biggest athlete in the world.
I guess it might also depend on how far this goes, what comes out of it. If something really weird comes out.
Well, she's not going to leave him. I mean, how is she going to? His father of his 2 kids. I mean, he makes $100 million. She's not going to leave. She's not ever going to leave him.
She gets half for doing nothing, though. You get the kids, you get half for doing nothing.
You know, she's 29 years of age with 2 little kids. She's used to that Tiger lifestyle. She's not, and I guess supposedly, did you read that he told a buddy of his, I got to go out there and buy her a 10-carat.
The Kobe,
the Kobe ring, whatever it's called.
Yeah, which is basically
the Kobe house.
The Kobe house, because it's a
house on her finger.
Yeah, it's a house on her finger, basically. Kobe's ring cost $4 million.
I know.
Holy shit!
It was a $4 million ring. He bought his wife after that.
You screw up if you need to buy a $4 million ring. You have screwed up.
Well, Kobe really screwed up, but she did too. He did too. I mean, he's. I mean, you know, and this is and she's a homemaker. She's a homebreaker. This one. I mean, the
one that he was allegedly with.
First off, she got nailed with her friend. She said, "I know who she is."
Yeah,
and then an National Enquirer put up 2 pictures of the 2 of them partying.
Yeah.
So she's got no credibility whatsoever.
Obviously, she
unless
knows.
those were photos just taken at a party where they met and they were acting stupid because they were 2 girls. I mean,
they was in Spain. They went on vacation together.
They did, okay.
Said she never met her, never did.
Oh, she got killed with that.
Why would you lie like that, though? That's like saying you don't know someone, that there's obviously photos
Well, she
of you together.
panicked. She panicked because she's trying to keep her mouth shut.
Dummy.
She's lovely.
This is a great story, though. You got to admit.
Oh, hey, man.
It's a great one, man.
I mean, if you're not into the Carolina Jet game, it helps, that's for sure.
Fuck the Jets. That's my team, you know. You're not a Jet fan, are you?
No, you know, I used to be a Green Bay Packer fan, but I don't have a football team, not like the baseball team.
You don't have a team right now?
Not like I used to. No, not like I used to.
Where are you from when you were growing up?
Long Island, Syosset.
So why aren't you like a Jet fan?
I never got into the Jets.
So when you were growing up, who did you like?
Green Bay, Packers. Because I always used to love Lombardi. So I love the Packers.
You were just confused because they looked like the Jets. Yeah. The colors.
They did.
Close
the green and
enough.
orange and everything. Green and yellow, they are. You know, I just did a Lombardi book, guy who came in the other day. The football right now, listen. Colts have played great. You know, it's the Colts, Saints, and Vikings. And the Saints-Vikings will be a great championship game because they both can score, both playing domes, so there's no weather issue.
Right.
Favre and Breeze, that'll be a big game.
Did you know that Brett Favre still had it in him?
I'm shocked he's played this
You are
well.
shocked,
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
I know he's injured when he was with the Jets.
I'm
Everyone knows
shocked.
that.
How you guys surprised? How good he's been? Unbelievable.
I thought it was a goof when they signed him. It's like, why are you taking this guy?
He took for 398 yards yesterday.
Yeah.
398 yards. He's 40 years old. I mean, and I'm not a Favre fan, but he's played very well. Got to give him credit. Played great.
Yeah. He's never won a Super Bowl, has he?
He's won 1.
Oh, he did win 1. Okay.
He's been in 2, won 1.
I was only off by
96 to beat the Patriots.
Why don't you dispute it? Why don't you argue?
No, I'm not. I'm sure he's right.
No, I think I'm right. He hasn't won any.
Here's what I just did. I'm so phony. I tried to act like I knew what I was talking about, but I did it in question form, so I couldn't be wrong. If I had any balls, I would have said he never won one, but I didn't know, so I asked.
We did it the last time he was in. Mad Dog's a Rain Man when it comes to this stuff.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I like that. You know, I love that stuff.
I was convinced that you guys just fucking
had the books and
yeah, you Googled your asses.
You know what I'm reading right now that I'm into? You guys would be nuts. Why would I care about this? I saw it sitting there on my shelf on Saturday, and I've had it forever.
Happy endings?
No. You're gonna be nuts. You go, well, I don't want to deal with this. You're gonna say, but I saw it sitting there, and I have to read it. They did the big series about it. That John Adams book.
Oh, okay.
I know the second.
Why read the book when you can see the miniseries?
I missed the. I didn't. I hear that miniseries is great. Did you ever see it?
Get the box set. I didn't. I
Paul
didn't. I
Giamatti,
heard it was
right?
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Giamatti did it. Did you see it, Jimmy?
I did not. I saw some of it, but I'm not big on period pieces, even though it was supposed to be great.
I have to go get that now. I'll have my wife buy it for me for Christmas, but the book is freaking good. Oh my God, I'm into that
You
book.
got to get a Kindle.
What do you mean Kindle?
Oh my God, where have you been?
I'm lost. What is he? What's he talking about?
Electric
It's
book.
an electric book.
Oh, no,
And then
electric book.
you Wi-Fi your books right into your Kindle, and then you just push next page.
Blind.
It's great. No, you know, it's actually better. There's no false light on it. If you want light on it, you're right.
No, they figured out the technology, so you could read this shit in the sun. It's not like a computer
that's
screen.
how it works. Oh God, you guys with these
No,
technology.
it's great. You can have 10 books in one, though.
You could carry all your books in one thing.
That's what I was saying.
You travel a lot,
Book on
still, right?
carpentry.
Yeah.
The Bible.
And you got the Heisman this week. People will be wrapped up in that because it's close. You got Florida, Alabama this week. They'll be wrapped up in that
Now,
big college football game.
Is Tebow going to be a great NFL
No,
player?
absolutely not.
He's not, right?
No.
Why not?
He's not a pro. He's not a pro passer. You know, he doesn't sit.
Would he play
a
another
lot of his
position?
game is running.
So would he play another
Well, he
position?
could do that. He's not going to be a quarterback, but you know, I could
Why
be a
is it
tight
that he's
end.
one of the greatest college quarterbacks, but he's not going to do well in the NFL?
Because
a lot of people say
his game is running.
Right. Which
And
the,
you can't run in the NFL.
They don't
Yeah, I
run
tell you,
in
it was
the
a big
NFL.
development yesterday. Is Vince Young going 99 yards for the Titans? Did you guys see that?
Hell no.
They're down 10-6. They're at the 1 yard line. Or they're down 13-10. They're at 17-13. They're at 1 yard line late in the game. He went 99 yards and they scored a touchdown on 4th down. Everybody had wondered if Young could do that, and he did it. It was a big game for him. Tennessee's not making the playoffs, so it was a big win.
Well, the Lions' offense was very impressive.
Thanks for
They're terrible on a level. It's like they should actually be kicked out of the NFL.
Why
Not a
do
bad team.
Terrible.
Why do we have to watch the Lions every Thanksgiving? I'm all for tradition, but come on, that's a good spot.
I understand
that's
that.
a good spot for a real football
Well,
game.
the mid-30s, you know, they've played it in...
Jeez.
You know, and everybody moaned and groaned about why the Raiders had to play the game against Dallas.
Right.
You know, what a lousy game. But CBS says to the NFL, they give them $500 million a year. Hold on now. I get 2 Cowboy games a year in Dallas where they can broadcast the games. And Dallas this year plays the AFC West. So there's only 2 teams that are visiting Dallas this year, San Diego and the Raiders. And CBS says, hold on now, don't give me San Diego on Thanksgiving because everybody watches that day anyway. You put Syosset High School against the Cowboys, you're going to watch the game. So give me the worst team and save me San Diego for later in the year. So that's why you get the Raiders on Thanksgiving.
Plus, I think the Raiders had never lost to Dallas in Dallas. I think they were 3-0 against the Cowboys.
Not enough games. That's a small sample.
Yeah, I know. I was just happy that they finally, just that they finally did it.
Hard time to
I know, you're really tearing him up.
But he didn't argue my stat, though.
No,
he just said it was shit.
It's too small of a sample.
I didn't know that.
Who wins tonight?
That's a very good game.
Patriots, Saints,
I guess you got to take the home team, but I would not. That's a very hard game to predict. I mean, the Patriots obviously can match them offensively. Belichick against Drew Brees. It's very similar to the Patriot Colt game. Patriots should have won that game easy. Obviously, I didn't have a problem him going for it, and they lost a heartbreaker. Same kind of game.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
I'm sure you talked about that for 4 hours.
Oh, yeah. You wondered about that's something 5 hours. Everybody can talk about 4th and 2. That's a perfect situation for me.
What
I need
happened?
that.
Belichick went for it. It didn't get it.
Right. Out his own 28-yard line.
Yeah.
Wow, what was the score when he did that?
He was up by 6.
What a pompous ass. How much time is left?
2:08. But remember, Manning had scored 2 quick touchdowns in the 4th quarter, went right down the field in a minute. And he knew if he gave him the ball back, he'd probably do the same thing. So he said, my best player is Brady. Let him see if he can get a first down on 4th and 2.
4th and 2 is terrible, especially from your own 28-yard line.
He didn't make it, so he got pounded.
Even if he made it, that's a dumb move. He just got lucky with it.
If he makes it,
game
he's
over.
a hero, game over.
They've been discussing this play for a few weeks
It has
now,
been
man.
discussed a lot. I bet that's the sort of thing I need to get my channel moving.
I like when a coach has balls to do something
I
like
agree
that.
with you. I don't have any problem with it.
I agree, but I just not in that situation. It's just a bad move because you're too close. What was the score?
It was 34-28.
Yeah, 6 points.
Yeah, but Manning was unstoppable.
See,
so what do
Manning
you
had
do?
scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter right down the field. With
Just
4:07 left, they were down.
But you kick that
13.
fucking ball and you tell your defense, do your
Exactly.
goddamn job.
Exactly.
Do your job.
I understand that, but I tell you right now, there is nobody who has any doubt they would have scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
When Manning gets the ball at the 40-yard line, he's going to go down there and score. That's Manning, and that's it.
having
In
a
a
hell of a
regular
year.
season, he does that stuff. Not as much in the postseason.
What about, you don't talk basketball much, do you?
Oh, I love basketball. I talked it. I'm trying to think if there's anything interesting right
The
now.
Nets,
in the NBA.
0-17.
Great.
Oh, the Nets firing
0-17.
Lawrence Frank. Oh.
They are
What's the score last
horrendous.
night, by the way?
1,400 to 9.
Did they play hard for the new guy?
No.
Or they get blown out?
It was,
blown out again.
they were down 27 points in the first half, and then they lost by 17, 18, I
so
think.
they got killed.
Yeah. I think they had 86
I
points.
feel bad for Lawrence Frank. I feel bad for him. It's not his fault. But hey, listen, when you're 0-17, they're going to do something. What are they, 0-17? That was their
Someone's
17th straight
head's
loss,
going to
right?
roll.
But they kind of liked him as a coach. So,
he's
you
there
know,
a long time.
This team sucks.
Oh, they're terrible.
Did they move stadiums?
Not yet. They're
No.
trying to get to Brooklyn. Good job, Jimmy.
I know that Jay-Z wanted to buy him if he didn't buy him already, and they wanted to move him to
But
Brooklyn.
they just sold to a Russian billionaire. He's a top 10 in the world with money. And he's 44 years of age. He just bought 80% of the team from Ratner.
I was slightly off from Jay-Z. It's a rich
Jay-Z's
Russian.
in the mix, though.
Oh, okay.
Jay-Z
Yeah,
with
he
the
has
Brooklyn
something to do
thing
with
is in
that.
the mix.
We were saying earlier that the Nets should just lose every game this season. Because that would make it interesting. Instead of them all of a sudden being 2-21, who cares?
I agree.
0-21, you're still paying attention to this team.
I-
Going, how bad are they going to be?
It helps the NBA that they lose. You're right.
Why not?
Everybody likes streaks. You know, this is a good streak.
Oh, LeBron James. Does he become a Nick next year?
No, I don't. I think he stays. First off, remember the Cavs can pay him more than anybody else can pay him.
He understands that, but with his endorsements and everything else,
and he's going to look bad if he leaves Akron. He leaves there without winning the championship. He's going to have trouble overcoming that.
What about this scenario? They win it this year, then he could feel like, all right, I
think
did
there's some
it, and
truth
now
to
I could go to New York.
I think you're right.
You gotta
I think
think
there's
he
a
wants
better chance of him leaving if he wins than if he loses.
Didn't Shaquille do that, though? Didn't he go to LA? Had he won in Miami before he went to Los Angeles?
They got to the finals in Orlando.
Okay. Orlando.
Had won. But remember, at that time, the rule was that somebody else could pay you more money. So the Lakers gave him more money than the Magic actually could do.
Yeah.
Not the same with LeBron.
Yeah,
Plus,
they finally changed it so your team could pay the most money.
Plus, remember,
so it keeps these guys,
Oh, okay.
where they're
Plus,
at.
Shaq's agent was Leonard Amato, based in Hollywood. LeBron's guys are all based in Akron. So I think he's going to stay.
This Knicks situation is set up It's set up perfectly for LeBron to come in, though. Come on.
But they have no other. They have the talent.
I understand
stinks.
that, but
I mean, he's going to walk into a situation with the Knicks that's almost as bad right now as he's with the Cavaliers.
Right.
And he's not going to take. See, the thing about the NBA guys that is stupid, they don't take less money. See, there's a cap in the NBA. So there's only so much money you can spend on your team. So LeBron comes in, he takes all the money, and then they can't bring somebody else in.
Plus, the New York media will kill him probably a lot worse than they do in Cleveland, too. The New York media is
but these guys
LeBron
want
is hard to kill. He's so good.
These guys want to play for a big market, though. You got to think, right?
Well, he makes a ton of money. I mean, I don't think it's a financial situation.
If he signs with the Cavaliers, I don't think he goes long term. He does 1 or 2 years, gives it a couple more years to try to win that championship. I think he wants to do environment.
But if you're LeBron, what advantage do you get coming to New York? The team's worse.
You're not in New York City. That's not big enough.
How much money can he make? I mean, he makes so much money. I mean, he does every media thing. He's not going to make any more money media-wise. I mean, he's got to deal with, it's New York, it's Madison Avenue, all right, he's a bigger star if they win, but I don't know. I think he's going to stay. I think he's going to stay.
He's already a huge endorsement guy.
He can't make any more. If he wants to make more money, he can't make any more. It's impossible.
Yeah.
So, unless you want to win in New York compared to winning in Cleveland, that's the only enticement.
I guess it's more important to win in Cleveland if you're LeBron James.
And plus, if you're LeBron, they've won a championship since 1964. And they've never won an NBA championship. So Cleveland that would be he'd be a lifetime hero.
This is probably going to go a little too inside, but and a little too obscure. You see what happened to Dean Memminger?
Oh, I do. It is obscure. Memminger's a mess.
Dean Memminger played with the Knicks. Did he win a championship with the Knicks?
73, second one.
He was part of the 73 championship team. Well, there was a fire in the Bronx.
He may have been on the first team as a bench guy. I don't remember that. But the second one, he was on a team, played well.
So he was in there with the Knicks when they were winning championships, and there was a little fire in the Bronx in a row home. And rumor has it there might have been a crack pipe that they found in Dean Meminger's house.
Yeah, he sounds like he's a mess.
He's gone
63
bad.
years of age. Yeah, that's
He's
a bad
gone
one.
bad.
Do you cry watching sports?
I get goosebumps.
Have you? What sports thing have you cried at? There has to be one.
Cried?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple. Federer winning the French Open. Got completely into that because he completed his, he won. That was his last one. He hadn't won on all the surfaces.
You're a big tennis guy.
I like the tennis. I think Jeter is going to be named Sportsman of the Year. A lot of rumors about that. It comes out today, tomorrow. I would have given it to Federer, but I think Jeter will get it. Cry. My Giants have never won, so there's nothing to cry about with them. Hey, when a team that I like wins and is an emotional moment, I get into it.
Do you like when athletes cry? We love it.
Depends on the moment. It depends.
We laugh our asses
It depends if
off.
I deem it phony or if I deem it real.
Mike Schmidt.
When Kobe emotes, who I don't love, doesn't mean anything to me. When a guy that I like gets teary-eyed, then I'm okay with it.
I think we played this for you last time, but the Mike Schmidt cry.
Oh, Schmidt, you love the Schmidt.
I
You
love
can't get
the
enough of
Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt.
Can't get enough of Schmidt.
Oh, my God.
He's such a man's man.
How do you not laugh at that?
And he blubbers.
You love that Schmidt guy. Both of you love that Schmidt thing.
How do you not laugh at that?
So how are you? How do you like your new digs?
It's all right.
That's cool. I hated all that room we had to move around in. This is like nice and small.
It's nice and cozy.
Small. We're here all together.
You never want to hear it's nice
You
and
get some
cozy.
good. You get better guests in here, right? Because you're with everybody else from Sirius XM.
Yeah.
You get the occasional guest
we do
phone
all
on.
right.
Big
the
time.
occasional
We
guests
do
that
all
are
right.
allowed to come into our show.
Yes. We get
Sometimes.
yelled at when we grab one.
Oh, really?
We still feel like
Sometimes we
outsiders.
get blocked.
Really?
Completely.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, you got your own group of guests who come in who just do you guys anyway,
true.
right?
Yeah.
So
We feel like outsiders, though.
why do you feel like an
Because we
outsider?
came from the XM side.
Oh, I wouldn't feel like an outsider.
We're-
Jeez, I
it's getting-
didn't come here either. I came from terrestrial radio.
From
I don't
that
feel like an
wonderful
outsider.
company,
Yes.
CBS.
Yeah, I came from an outsider. I don't feel that way. You
They
guys
were
feel that way?
thrilled to have you here. That you didn't just you weren't part of the garage sale. They were thrilled to bring you in.
Oh, no, they love you guys. That's not true. I mean, you guys do well for this place. They need you guys here.
Well, that's what we think.
Right, you
We'll
could
see
be
what
our
happens.
agent.
Did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
Oh, yes.
Anthony, how about you? You have a nice Thanksgiving?
Yeah, went on vacation.
Where'd you go? You were off last week, right? All week you guys were off?
I went to Disney World.
Did you really?
He loves
going
Disney
there.
World.
I go to Epcot. I go around the whole lake and drink at all the separate little countries.
Oh, I love that stuff.
The bars.
I love the rides. The one ride I like is that Around the World ride, when they put you in that little that seat where your feet are off the ground and you go. No, it's a California ride where you're in soaring, I think it's called.
Oh, soaring, yeah.
Oh, that's a good ride. Have you been to that one?
You totally feel like you're flying.
Oh, yeah, it's just scary. You feel like you're going to pass out.
When your
feet are dangling?
Your feet are off the ground,
one
and
of
you're
those
going
roller
over the
coasters?
Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great ride.
It's all virtual.
Oh, it's great.
Like on a
okay.
giant, almost like an IMAX screen.
Oh, it's great.
Are you
And-
really moving, or is it just?
No, the thing moves.
The thing rocks.
to kind of give
it's
you
pitch black.
Oh, all
Pitch
right.
black.
to give you the feelings of like G's and stuff like that.
And it's about 10 minutes.
They
And
go over treetops where you lift your legs up.
Yeah, you do.
You lift your legs up
Good boy.
thinking, you're going to actually hit the trees.
And the first thing you are, and you freak out, the first thing you see, lights go out, you're off the ground, is you're in a hang glider over the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And it feels real?
Does it feel
really?
real?
Feels
That'd be
like-
fun.
Oh,
it
God.
feels like you're there. And because you're not in anything, you're really sitting down,
Oh,
you
it's a
really
great
have the
ride.
feeling like you're just flying
Oh, that's pretty cool.
through that. And then they have different things that they're,
Good ride.
like the winter, they have a skier. And you
And
go
a
over the
skier-
top of a ski slope mountain where you just missed the top of the mountain.
yeah.
Wait, is it a circular screen like
Yeah,
it wraps around you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
wraps
yeah,
around
yes,
you.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
you absolutely feel like
And you
you're-
get the
you're
noises,
flying.
the swishing sound, when
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
skiing.
The
It's
wind,
really good. The
wind is blowing on you, and it smells like outside. It's
Really?
Oh, it's a good ride.
amazing how they
It's a
do
good
that.
ride.
Yeah,
But,
it is
all right, so
amazing.
you did that. So you
Yeah,
went, where'd you
yeah.
go? Last week? You came back 2
Yep,
days ago?
Came back like Wednesday before Thanksgiving, so I could have that Thanksgiving over the family with the whole family. Do that thing, which is great. A lot of wine. And then Saturday night was pretty much the last night of vacation.
He's
And
fast
I
when you're
knew
gonna get
that.
up.
So that was party hard night, which made Sunday completely useless piece of crap day. I have no recollection of Sunday. It was just me
Which
in
is
bed
yesterday.
with a wet rag on my head, just going, oh.
And have you recovered today?
Yeah.
Saturday, you drank like
fast.
fucking Frankie Five Angels.
Anthony bounces back fast. Do you party there, Russo?
Yeah, I do. I did not, I tell you, when you have children and they're young, you have to be careful.
You take them on vacation at Disney World.
Well, you can't. I've done that. That's work. That's not a vacation. If you've done, but that's very hard. Taking them. One of them needs a stroller. One wants to go to this ride. One wants to go to that ride. That's an impossible trip. But when you have kids and you're at a holiday, you have to be careful of picking your spots of when to drink and when not to drink, because you got to be on your game. 10 o'clock, you got to get. I have a 4-year-old who's still in diapers. I got to get him organized.
Man.
You got 4 little kids. One wants to stay here, one wants to stay there. 4 and 11 and 10 and under.
Wow.
So from that standpoint, you can't be in a situation where you're out of it, because you got to be on top of your game. So you have to pick your spots.
They don't understand hangovers. Kids don't understand hangovers.
They're up at 6 o'clock in the morning, so
and your head's pounding.
It's very true. You'll learn.
You requested a 5-hour show. They probably said, you want to do 3 hours? I'll do 5. As long as you want me to stay, I'll stay.
The old line is, my weekend begins Monday morning, 8 o'clock. That's my old weekend.
No, I always wondered why Dad was like, on Saturdays and Sundays, like, get away from me, you come, hey, Dad, you know, what are you doing? You want to come out, maybe throw the ball around? Yeah, go have yourself.
That is a good example. My 10-year-old yesterday, he's 11 next month, tells me, Dad, at 4:30, he's had a play date for 2 days. He went with his cousins to the Villanova Holy Cross football game. He has his football out at yesterday at 4:30. Dad, let's have a catch. Timmy, I'm not having a catch now, okay? You've been running around all weekend. I have driven you from place to place, this, that, and the other. I'm going to have a bottle of Coke, and I'm going to watch some football. Leave me alone. Go do your thing. And then I'd say,
sometimes
and then 10 years from now, he's going to say, what a lousy father I had.
Yeah.
Never played catch with me.
He's going to play Harry Chapin songs and point at you.
Baby, that's what you do. But that's why you got a guy like me. It's in a totally different scenario than the guys like you. And I just turned 50. Did you guys know that?
You're 50?
Damn.
What the
Last month.
Looks very good.
Doing something right there.
October 18th. I was 50. So there's
I remember when
you had 4 kids at 50 years old.
I remember when you came to New York as the young little fucking sports.
I was 28, 29 years of age. Well, how old are you, Ope? 40?
40 flurf.
44. Yes. Anthony, how old are you?
I think I hit 48.
48. Well, you guys are mine. Jimmy, how old are you?
41.
Okay.
I look younger, though, right? Come on.
No, you look...
Just killed you.
What else can you tell me about the new... I'm curious about these new digs compared to that unbelievable place shot on 57th Street.
It was nice being alone every so often.
You had an audience, too, at the other place.
We loved the audience.
To
bring up the live studio audience. We were able to, get away with a lot more stuff because we didn't have people right down the hall looking through the glass.
Nobody's going to run.
Nah, it's like...
We run our own show.
Anytime you want to put some smut up on the computer, you got to get out and shut the curtains and everything.
Just dumb stuff bothers
just in
us.
case, things like that.
What about you? Didn't you have
things.
a problem with management you were yelling and screaming about a couple weeks ago?
What did I have that was
interesting? You had like a 2-hour fucking rant about it.
Oh, that was at the PR upstairs.
You
we apologized. We apologized to Mushnick about the fact that no. Here's what I did. That's what you're missing. I had fired my program director, Steve Torrey. Is that what you're referring to?
I like the Steve Torrey.
And I fired them because of their lack of knowledge historically. So I fired my whole staff. I went nuts for about July 4th. This is about 5 months ago.
Yeah, that's a while ago.
And so I fired everybody. So for 3 days, it was late July. This is a big deal about how I fired everybody. And Mushnick got all bent out of shape. And so one of our guys called Mushnick to apologize to the channel. I said, don't
Why?
call him up. What are you doing?
All he does is
does he apologize to us when his news making us crazy?
What are they
That's
doing?
What I got ticked off about.
What are they doing?
Why would you apologize to Mushnick for anything?
We were concerned about public relations at that point. Not more than that guy. I'm with you 100%. And he does. I'm not trying to say he does. He has every right. But and then he writes, "Great job, good day for radio." Seriously, because we happened to call him up to apologize. What are we calling up Mushnick for to apologize?
No reason.
That's what drove me crazy.
Yeah, who is he? He's not a...
There you go. And that's what bothered me. That's what I screamed and yelled about.
Are you over the Yankees winning the World Series?
Say again? Was that bothered by the Yankees?
Are you over it?
Oh, yeah, I'm over it.
Finally over it?
I mean, the advantage that I have is, like I said, the Yankees bought the World Series because they did spend $215 million.
Yeah, that's what everyone says, though.
Yeah.
But hey, listen,
Ant's a big
they
Yankee
won. Bottom line is
fan.
they won.
Oh.
You
Ant's
know,
a big
30
fan.
years from now, nobody's going to be... You're a Yankee fan, right?
Yeah, you know.
Huge, every pitch kind of Yankee fan?
I was watching every game. I watched every game this
So you were
season.
into it?
Mets.
I know you like the Mets, yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
a disaster.
Poor bastard. Mets, Islanders.
No, my Islanders are all right.
They're all right.
I've had a decent
I like
year.
this team. I
Yeah,
like this
they're-
Islander
they're
team.
not bad.
I think their second half's going to be great. I think they're going to surprise a lot
So
of
you're
teams.
really into
second
the
half.
hockey. Good for you.
Love
Jeez.
hockey. Way more than baseball at this point. And way more than basketball.
Even though the regular season doesn't mean a lot?
It's just, the games are just exciting. I go to all the games. So I'm sitting right there.
You go
checking
to
out
all the games?
I shouldn't say all. I got like half a season. So I go 20,
That's
22
tremendous.
games. And I can't get enough.
Oh, yeah.
Hockey?
Yes.
And then
I see him cry 3 times a week.
And then when they play the Devils, I go over there. When they're at the Garden, I'll check them out there. I'm big.
You
time
see
into my
30
hockey.
games a year?
Probably not. Probably not, because I'll eat some tickets. So
20 games a
Yeah,
year?
easy 20.
That's damn good.
I'll probably
Good
do
for
20
you.
this year. Sure.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I mean, the Giants...
Why don't you follow the hockey during the regular season?
I've been following a little bit more this year. I have to in this format. A little bit more of a national thing.
Do you
so-
feel like there's an audience out there for it?
Oh, there's those
I mean,
hockey
as far
fans
as
are there.
as far as sports talk goes.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they're very loyal. Hockey fans are loyal to their sport. They
Oh,
don't
you
feel-
would get crucified in the old days. I remember people bitching.
Oh, they
you
moaned
know,
and
the
groaned.
Devils are winning, and
You
they
got
don't
Mike
even
and
talk
Chris never
about it.
talk about
you guys
it.
never talk about the Devils.
And we also covered their games.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
their
yeah.
games are on our channel.
You like the
Our
shootout?
station. I do like it, yeah.
I liked it at first. I can't stand it now. I hate it.
Why do you hate it now?
Well, you do the 5-minute overtime, and then it takes them 5-10 minutes to get the ice ready for the shootout. Just keep playing the fucking overtime. Give me 10 minutes. Or after 5, then take another player off of each team and really open up the ice.
You
Do
could do
something.
that. Make it a 3-on-3 situation. They do the 4-on-4 at the 5-minute overtime,
Yeah,
right?
they sure do.
They could do it 3 out of 3. I mean, I guess you could do that.
I love the shootout. I thought it was exciting, but then you watch this game and it's a lot of they're playing hard for the entire game, and then it's decided.
You
when
need
it
a
comes shootout.
conclusion to the game somehow. You need a goal. You can't play there forever.
Yeah, but why not? When we were growing up,
Because
how
it's
cool?
regular season. It's not postseason.
But how
you know?
cool is that when we were growing up? All of a sudden, you turn off a game or whatever, you turn back, and what? They're an hour into overtime?
Yeah, but that's only in the
That was
postseason. They didn't do that in the regular season.
They did in regular season
No,
when we were growing up for a while.
Ties.
Oh, boy.
They did
had ties in the regular season.
I
They
can't
did not.
I can't
Oh, what
challenge
are you
them for
doing?
nothing.
They had ties in the
I don't know.
regular
It
season.
wasn't.
You
wasn't
sure?
I mean, they may have had an overtime session, but
They
it
did
wasn't
an overtime period.
It wasn't
and then
endless.
If it ended in a tie, then it was a tie.
You're sure if
Ties
we
in
go
regular
way back?
season? Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
There was always ties.
All right.
Now I don't know about the length. I don't know how long the overtime period was, but it wasn't more than one period. If
It was one 24-hour period.
It sucks. I can't even challenge him on it because I know. I just know I'll lose.
Do you miss having a partner?
At times I do, yeah.
Are you going to have another one?
Well, I mean, down the road, the budget that we have, I got to make sure everybody else gets taken care of. As far as, everybody's sort of got their ducks in a row and make sure I have some weekend programming on everything else. So from that standpoint, it's a situation where I'm not going to spend the money on budget on me for a host because I don't co-host because right now I can handle it. Down the road, getting a guy in there wouldn't be such a bad idea.
Yeah.
Tori's sort of a sidekick, but he's not there. He's only there during the updates. So it's a
isn't
little
he-
different situation.
Why can't he hang in there past the updates?
Well, because he's also the program director, so he's got other things he's got to do besides just writing. And sometimes he does
Right.
come in.
Yeah, I like Tori.
Oh, he's a good guy. He's a very good guy.
You friends with Joe Beningo?
Yeah, well, I haven't seen him for over a couple of years, but
I love
mean,
Beningo. He's my favorite guy. We were kicked off the radio. I couldn't listen to anything that reminded me of us, so I just listened to Beningo scream
Why, he's
3
a
o'clock in the morning.
He's a huge New York. Oh, that was overnights. Now
Yeah, I
he's doing
loved him
10
in
to
the
1.
overnights.
Right.
No, I like Steve Summers in the overnight.
No, he was too nice.
I like
schmoozing. I like Beningo. He wanted to kill himself every time the Jets lost. He was the greatest.
Yeah, he was good.
He was like
he
a-
loves his Jets more than any other team. Loves the Jets.
What other sports stories are out there?
Well, you got the college football, the Heisman. You got Alabama, Florida this week. It's sort of a semifinal game of the BCS championship. You got all the football. I mean, you got the Patriots and Saints tonight. They're both, obviously Saints are 10-0. You have the Tiger thing. You got the Sportsman of the Year, which is coming out in the next couple of days. You know who the candidates are.
Are you doing the Clippers thing where they had to get rid of their announcers for a day?
I didn't mention that too much. I know they mentioned something. I mean, I didn't follow that carefully.
You know what? Here.
It wasn't even that bad. It was.
No, it wasn't that bad. I agree with you.
They didn't really make any.
You got what he said here?
They didn't make anything really that bad.
Take the clip with you. Have fun.
Oh, you got the clip? Good for you.
It's really not even. There's nothing
bad.
to it. I guess.
Well, somebody called in and moaned and groaned about it, right?
Yeah, one person.
That's what
I
happened.
heard.
They actually were surprised that there was an Iranian in the NBA, I guess, is what it comes down to.
Yeah, I didn't. I remember. I know the details, but I guess there was only one guy who called in, which surprised
That's what Jimmy was saying. I thought
There was one email I think they got, and they just.
And they reacted. Well,
When did management, and I understand you kowtow to advertisers, you have to, because they pay everybody's salary.
Right.
But when did management in entertainment in general become such cowards where they buckle to one person? When did they ever go, okay, look, that wasn't the greatest thing, but it wasn't said maliciously, and then they back the talent? Why does that never happen?
They are not, they're not like us. I mean, they work for a team. You know, they need the team to do well, so they do well. Us, we just go out there and do our thing. It's a little different. You and I could say that, and nothing's going to happen to us. They work for the Clippers. There is a player in the league who's Iranian. I'm sure Stern got involved and called up and said, let's do something here. Yeah. So, I mean, they say, you know what, one lousy game, let's just do it and let's move on.
Wait till you hear the clip. There's nothing
not that
to
big
it.
a deal, yeah.
We played it earlier.
I mean, I will make sure I do that.
Did you ever get close to being fired? Was your head on the chopping block ever for something you said or did?
Not in I mean, I have been fired, but not for anything I said. I mean, I've said some crazy stuff, but I don't really. I'm sure I've annoyed people, but I don't recall me saying. I remember one time with North Carolina when they almost blew that game to Michigan. That's the game that Weber called that famous infamous timeout when he didn't have a timeout.
Right.
And North Carolina in that game had a big lead. This is in 92 or 93. So this is 20 years ago. And Dean Smith had a lot of guys, and he loved to play order. He was a puppet. He loved to play all his guys. And, you know, at one point in the second half, he had 5 white guys on the court. And I said, Dean, what are you doing? When you freaking put Stackhouse in there, whoever he had, you know?
Right.
I mean, 5 white guys? What's going on here? And everybody got all ticked off. I haven't even saying 5 white. And the 5 white guys blew a 30-point lead, and Michigan came back. And that's Dean fooling out the game. Some coaches don't know how to leave the game alone. They're winning. Let them play, for God's sakes. Stay the heck out of the way. Dean Smith couldn't do that. He had 5 white guys on the court, and I went crazy.
You make a good
point.
And
that caused some
That's a good point. It's funny.
You make a good point, though. Leave
the game alone.
Leave the game alone.
People love to overcoach. Gee whiz, let them play. They're getting paid plenty of money. Let them do their thing.
Baseball drives me nuts, that overcoaching. I understand lefty, righty.
Girardi.
But
oh, my God,
But, you know, Torre did it, too, though. Joe Torre would do it, too. It's like after Stanton and Nelson left the Yankees, their bullpen really started to stink.
Oh, they were terrible.
If a guy is mowing down players, and then you have a righty coming up, why are you pulling out a lefty? You think you can't strike a righty out? They rely on the stats way too heavily, and it stinks.
They do. They do by those matchups because they don't want to be second guessed. Yeah. And so as a result, Girardi got killed because in one of those Angel games, he took out Dave Robertson, who got 2 straight outs. He brings the Cephas in, single, double, lose the game. So he got killed for that.
Yeah.
And he's over managing matchup. One at bat. You know, these guys, they want an answer. They want to be able to answer the media after the game that they did the proper thing based on what the charts tell them. But so you can't argue with the chart.
A guy like Rivera is even better against lefties. I mean, I guess that's rare.
Well,
but
he lets Rivera.
No, but I'm saying because he's the closer. But if he wasn't the closer, I guarantee they'd pull him once in a while and they'd throw a lefty in.
They throw Rivera in there because he's so good. He's unhittable. I mean, Rivera's the best.
You think Girardi's a good coach? Manager?
You know, listen, he wouldn't be my choice to manage my team, but I can't argue with the fact they won a World Championship. He got better his second year. I also think, to be honest with you, any team could have won with this team. They were Yankees are so freaking good.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, they got a Hall of Fame third baseman, they got a Hall of Fame shortstop, they got a Hall of Fame closer, they got an excellent first baseman who may not be a Hall of Famer, but he's very, very good. They got Sabathia.
He made some dynamite plays.
He's very good defensively. And they got Sabathia there, who's got they got a lot of Hall of Famers on their team. So, Yankees are too good.
What do you think of who the fuck won MVP? That guy from the Twins?
They had to give it to him.
Why?
Now he's a catcher.
Yeah.
He had a great year. He almost hit 375. He had to win the MVP.
Jesus.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
He had to win the MVP. You know, that's where Jeter...
I don't know, because, Jeter...
And Teixeira.
Yeah.
And don't forget, they're going to vote against the guys who have the votes. They're going to vote against the New York team. They don't like to vote the New York guys. And plus, there's two Yankees, so you kind of, split the vote. So that's an issue.
That's true, yeah. Okay.
I was happy Lincecum won his second straight Cy Young. That surprised me. The Giant, I'm a Giant fan, and he won a second straight Cy Young, which shocked the heck out of me.
So why are you a Giants fan if you grew up on Long Island?
Well, because I met him when I was a little kid. 1968.
You met the Giants?
Yeah, in a hotel in Philadelphia. Got all their autographs. Mays, McCovey. I didn't get Mays's, but McCovey and Juan Marichal, all these old great Giants in 1968. I was 8 years old.
Why'd you snub Mays?
You know what I did? We all ran after Willie Mays, running to the ballpark down a cab, and he wouldn't sign anybody's autographs.
Oh, wow.
In 1968, 8-year-old kid, in the lobby of a hotel.
Geez.
Willie comes downstairs 2 o'clock in the afternoon to run to his ball game, and he wouldn't stop to sign anybody's autographs. Never forget it.
Have you met him since then?
No, I have not.
Why don't you get him on the show?
Holds a grudge.
Get him to sign something and then just scream at him.
You can't get these guys on.
You can't?
Yeah.
Not
Even
Mays.
you can't get them on?
If he has a book out, if he's promoting
sure.
something. Me picking up the phone, Willie, can you come on? Can't get
Another good point. My dad went on a business trip and got me a Twins pennant, dumb little thing. Hung it up in my room and became a Minnesota Twins fan for a couple years.
Minnesota Twins
That's
fan.
basically it, yeah.
I mean, not enough to get rid of my Mets, but all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I'm into the Twins because I got this dumb pennant from my dad.
Will you watch the Met games
No.
beginning of the year, or you watch every game?
No, I'm out. I couldn't even name their
In
lineup
May,
right
you
now.
can't. Well, you won't watch it.
Right now, if there was a gun to my head, I couldn't name the starting lineup of the Mets this past year.
Well, you know who the
Before
third
all the
baseman
injuries.
is. You know Reyes. You know Wright. You know Beltran.
Yeah, I know the basics.
You know who the second baseman is, don't you?
No.
Castillo.
No.
Okay. Well, then he's a wolf.
I'm out. I'm out in baseball for
Yeah, now you're down on it. Can you name me the third line of the Islanders? Third line.
Third line? No.
I don't know what the third line is in hockey.
Yeah, I get confused with all the lines because they're coming
But
and
you
going.
can name 10 Islander players,
Oh,
right?
easily. Easily. Molson is a great pickup by the Islanders.
So, okay, look at this. He's on top of it with the Isles. My God.
Easily, yeah. I can name just about all of them.
Come on, Billy Smith.
Billy Smith still playing. Very good at it.
Do you have a lot of spot breaks on your thing? What do you got with the commercial load here? Because we only have 12 minutes an hour, 13 minutes an hour. What do you guys have?
You put filler in.
We have a couple of these every
Couple line
break.
breaks. And we make believe a bit's really important that needs to be replayed.
Do you do bits? Do you do a lot of bits that you...
Not as much as we used to.
I mean, do you record bits after the show and then play back the next...
After the show?
You do it during the
Yes.
show, then you replay it.
We
Okay.
record the run to the elevator.
Yes.
Which is it's a daily, like a soap opera.
So 10:05, you guys are gone.
No,
10:05, he's on the LIE, I'm on the train, and he's home.
We got Lewis Black coming in, so
10:30.
We'll be out of here by 10:30 today.
10:30. We're
10:30 is about the time, more or less.
10:30.
More or
Yeah.
less. All right.
Usually
All
less.
right, let me go run and do my guys for a couple minutes. You
Yeah,
mind?
I think we did
No
it.
problem.
Man. Oh, you blew off your own morning show to do us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Let me give him 2 minutes. Jimmy, good to see you, pal.
There he goes.
Ant, you're the best.
Great.
Just wave.
Good
We'll
seeing you
wave.
again.
Great seeing you, buddy.
See you guys.
What channel again is Chris on?
123, 144.
Chris Russo, very entertaining, and I really think the most knowledgeable sports guy, and just fun to listen to because he's a fucking lunatic.
I love listening to him.
And the
When he
story
starts
how he
screaming
got
and
it.
yelling and ranting and raving, it's great.
The story of how he got into radio is hysterical, too. You just, some young whippersnapper.
He was young, man.
Yeah.
When he came to New York. He's 50 now.
Full of piss and vinegar, all that energy.
He
the
still
guy's
is.
got. I know. It's amazing.
But that's the type of person
Guy got tired.
I want to hear talk about sports. I hate
Yes.
like Francesa's not bad at what he does. He knows a lot, but I can't get into anybody who talks about anything like this, dog.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it like that. I want to hear a guy
And
yelling.
that's genuine, him.
Yes!
Like, he is.
No,
that guy is in love with sports.
It bugs me.
Jesus Christ,
I was
does he
always,
love sports.
I was always Team Mad Dog. Always.
Yeah, everybody is. You have to
You
be.
think?
Of course. Francesa probably was. I'm boring.
All right, we'll break. I think Lewis Black is here. We'll talk to him next. Stay there.
When I was a kid, Halloween was Halloween, and Santa wasn't poking his ass into it. And Thanksgiving, hold on to your hats, kids. You're not going to believe this. Thanksgiving was its own holiday. Imagine, huh? Whew. It was a totally different time then. We celebrated something totally differently. Ask your parents. They won't remember. They'll go, well, it had to do with Protestants and Indians, and that's really when we invented gambling. And the buffet, Turkey and ham, roast beef was an afterthought. That came much later. And then, much, much later, came the extraordinary concept of coleslaw in Jell-O in a fish mold. What the fuck is the matter with somebody when they think, "Ooh, that'll be appetizing"? How shit-faced would you have had to have been? What the fuck's left? I feel like eating some more. Oh, that yellow Jell-O and that coleslaw and the fish mold, boy, that's gonna make my day. I'm smacking my lips just thinking about it. When I was a kid, Thanksgiving was the day that the family gathered together and ate and drank and passed out. And nobody woke us up and said, "Let's go shopping." Because Thanksgiving is no longer Thanksgiving. Just call it what it is, Christmas halftime. And on that Friday following Thanksgiving, you can go to any place in America and nobody's at home. They're all at the mall. Some have been at the mall since the day before. In tents and stuff. So I can get that new Barbie doll that shits candy in your hand. It's not even for my kid. Everybody's at the mall. Everybody's shopping. And there's no news. The only news is about people shopping. Every reporter's at the mall going, "Did you buy shit? Did you buy shit? Did you buy shit? Did you buy? Get back in there and buy shit! America's depending on you to buy shit today." And then that night, that's the lead story. "Holy fuck, nobody bought shit today! We're fucked! We're fucked! Stock up on food. I don't think we'll make it till Thursday." And while we're on the subject of Christmas, may I just take a moment and say that I firmly believe that the Christmas holiday is by far the most beautiful of all the holidays that we celebrate. There's really nothing quite like Christmas. And as a friend of the Christian community, and I truly am. I love you fuckers. If I could just offer a moment of constructive criticism and tell you, you're fucking it up! And if you can't take care of your own holiday, lend it to us Jews and we'll take care of it for you. Okay? We got a lot of extra time around Hanukkah, so don't you worry about a thing. Because you are fucking it up. It's unbelievable to me. When does Christmas start now? You know when? July 7th. There's already Christmas shit in stores. What the fuck? How long does it take you people to shop? I've been all over the country. There are stores that sell Christmas shit all year round. That's all they sell. You explain to me how the fuck they survive. How does somebody walk into a bank and go, "You know what? I'd like a loan. I'm going to have a store, and I'm just going to sell Christmas shit." And the banker goes, "What a great idea! They'll be pouring it." I believe that a store that sells Christmas things all year round should be a psychological way station. Someone comes in August and looks for sleigh bells. You go, "You have to see a doctor now." And if they have a gun permit, you revoke it. You revoke it. Because they are seconds away from snapping.
Very happy to say that Louis Black is in our studio. a very old friend of ours. Started doing the show years and years ago.
Old friend.
No, I don't mean it like that.
A very old friend of
extremely
ours.
old, decrepit friend of ours.
Older gentleman.
Getting older by the minute.
And we caught up with him, so I don't even know what to talk to him about because we talked to him about everything we wanted to before we got back on the radio.
Yeah, we're done.
We're
It's
done.
really great.
So
I'm sorry you missed it. Go to our website.
I was telling Lewis those commercials he does. I don't even know what it's for.
I know, that's the best part.
I guess it's some vacation
I guess
spot.
It makes a good impact.
It's commercials for me.
Where you're running down the beach going, ooh, a crab.
Yeah,
with your little net.
Aruba Travel.
Oh, are you still getting paid from those people?
I'm still getting paid.
Oh, look at that. Oh, so there's
and more to come.
So you filmed all those commercials, and we'll see more.
16 commercials. There's more to come.
Ooh, how many have we seen so far? 3 or 4?
3 or 4.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Wow.
You make me laugh so hard in those dumb commercials. And I mean that, dumb commercials.
They are dumb.
Most commercials really stupid.
Lewis pops up everywhere on
That's
TV.
what I'm saying, too. When you turn on the TV, he's like, oh.
It's Lewis. Hey, there's Lewis.
I was watching a holiday special that Lewis did. It was very funny. The line you had, you're talking about Hanukkah and Christmas. It's very simple. Christmas is great. Hanukkah sucks. It really made me laugh.
You notice that more people are imitating it, too? Other comics and stuff? They're doing the
I don't
finger.
really notice.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah.
Better open your eyes.
Pricks.
No,
Thieves.
Yeah, right. And then we're asking Lewis where he's been. He says that he's still on the road a lot. And you like being on the road.
I'm in Cincinnati on Thursday.
And you like doing the road still?
Yeah. I actually still like, well, I mean, I got a bus, so.
And he's not, yeah.
Are you doing the bus thing?
I do a bus, a tour bus.
Lewis has a great gig. He does theaters.
Wait, how nice is the bus, though? You got your little area in the back?
I got
nice
the
big
little
bed?
area in the back. I wrote half the last book on the bus. I just stayed on the bus.
Wow.
But it was great, because, you just sit there, you got a little desk, you type, you stare out the window, and you turn the TV on.
And hope the driver doesn't fall asleep in between cities. That's
but I got, my
wonderful.
driver is unbelievable.
Yeah?
My driver's first gig was as he drove, he'd come back from Vietnam, and a friend of his said, hey, you want to drive down to, there's a rock concert, you want to drive a bus down there? It was Monterey Pop.
Jesus.
It was the Monterey Festival. He drove Jimi Hendrix.
For real?
For real.
Wow.
The next guy, he drove the Nirvana.
Really?
He drove them. He's the guy who had him, when they nailed him for the child abuse thing, not child abuse, but whatever, the kid was, they weren't treating the kid right.
Yeah, they dropped him on his head or something.
Well, the kid was, he's on the road with them. They're gone. He hears crying in the back. He goes to the back. The baby's laying on the bed in the back. Pooped his diaper, is laying there totally alone. Nobody's there. And he calls the police. He said, come pick up the baby. He calls the guys. He says, I'm leaving him here. And he drove away. And he was Jerry Garcia's driver.
Wow.
So in comparison, I'm like a nun.
Yeah. He's bored. No problem.
He's bored shitless, which means he is going to fall asleep.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in the back doing nothing.
I don't have a Nom flashback and think he's in a Huey. Looking for Lewis, his door gunner.
Yeah. Hey, that's the way to go, though.
Well, I couldn't do it otherwise. I mean, if I had to fly from, that flight thing is.
I'm here all week, though, so I go out like on a Thursday and I'll come back on a Friday or Saturday. It's like it's not that bad,
right, it's just 1 or 2
a few days, yeah.
Yeah, you had pretty much had it with flying. I could tell from, whenever we would talk, it was.
Oh, God. And I just did it again, yesterday. It's like,
What's the problem with flying?
It's the airport. For starters, and then test people before they get on a plane. You got a bag, okay? You got 10 seconds to put the bag up and sit down.
Oh my God, perfect. God damn it. How come it takes me, like you said, under 10 seconds? That carry-on is up there, I'm in my seat, I'm buckled in, ready to fly.
Yeah, and those guys are like, they
don't know which way it goes in. Like how to put the fucking bag in the overhead.
You're in row 10, 15, you get on the plane. I've watched it constantly. They look up at the first one. What number do you think it is? You think it starts at 30? Fuck.
Yeah, where's the other half of the plane, dummy?
Really, it's just beyond. Oh yeah, you got lucky. Then they look down at their number like it's going to change. You're in the back, schmuck.
And then they forget their number, so they got to look back down at it.
It's astounding. And getting out of the plane is the same thing. They sit there. It's a ritual to pull that friggin' carry-on out. They're blocking the whole aisle. There's no one else in front of them. The plane's empty. The pilots are gone.
I'm surprised that's where I figure I'm going to die. Is waiting around for those schmucks to move.
You know what I love doing? If I'm in first class, I see somebody put their bag in the overhead, then go back to coach. I love telling them, the stewardess, like, that guy's in coach who put his bag up there. And then she has to shame him and fucking chase him down. Here you are, average scum.
That's a good one.
A fancy gentleman saw you depositing this.
Someone having a cocktail up front.
Yeah.
Just ratted you out.
Sipping my tomato juice, hoping that they don't make eye contact as they fucking slither like worms into the back.
My other favorite is that, and you must go through this because you travel a lot, is you go through Newark. I go through Newark all the time.
Yeah.
Look, half of the TSA knows me now. So it's like, really? We're going to do this again? Hey, Lewis, how you doing? You know, you're not looking at the bags anymore. Wait, you know what I did? I got to this point in my career so I could kill myself on a plane. Schmucks.
They know you, too.
They know me. Hi, how you doing? What are you going to be on
Still
TV?
have to take your shoes off
Louis
and all
Black,
that.
Muslim extremist.
Right.
How are you?
There's one TSA guy that when he sees me, he goes, "Hello, Mr. Scheckler." It's funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. Scheckler.
Yeah.
Ted Scheckler.
Yeah, Ted Scheckler, Francine. Francine doesn't know.
Poor Francine. Yeah, Francine's here.
It's her birthday.
It's her 30th birthday. Remember when Francine was like 20?
That means we got to throw her out today.
Yep. This is officially
30's
your
over.
last day
Last day that
where you're
you come
allowed to
around.
come in.
Or it could be mentally. She still has 20 years left of coming in.
That's true.
She didn't get it.
You're what they call over the hill now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No longer age appropriate.
You hit the wall, as they say.
Yeah.
See, 30 is that magic age where guys go, I want someone younger.
I beg to differ.
Well, maybe your ass is younger. You want to show us your ass, and then we'll decide if you have a 30-year-old ass or not. Lewis would appreciate it.
That is a good point.
That's a very good point if you think
I
about
didn't
it.
wear a thong, so next time, I promise.
Well, you can make believe you got it. What do you got on? Anything under there?
Awful panties.
No, I have on awful panties.
All right, so make it into a thong.
Yeah.
They're funny.
Those awful panties.
No, I do have a great ass, though, seriously.
Let's see.
All right, let's see your ass.
I mean, you're 30, but let's see how old your ass is. And we'll be honest, too.
Come on.
You know we'll be honest, Lou.
Yeah.
For you.
I will.
Well, we've
This is
known
for
you
you,
for
Lou.
so long. We've known you since you were a little twinny.
You're not going to judge.
No.
No, it's not like a contest, a judging
is
contest.
Francine.
Francine.
She's 30 today, but we'll see
30.
how old her ass is.
She is now
Still wearing those tight
zipping
jeans.
down the jeans. Let's see now.
That is nice.
Wow, that's
yeah.
not a 30-year-old
No,
ass.
that's
It looks very pinchable.
Louis,
Yeah.
26. A 26-year-old ass.
It looks very
26.
pattable.
Congratulations.
You look spectacular.
You're the only black girl I would fuck. I really think so. I really think so.
That's a real badge of honor in the community.
fucking Louis.
Thank you, Anthony.
No problem.
So bad.
That's a compliment. Don't you understand?
Boy, do I understand.
From a raging racist
Yeah.
like me? That is a compliment and a half.
Like fucking like Brad Dourif in Mississippi Burning. He's looking at his baby being held by a black woman. They're so cute when they're young, aren't they?
Feeling all guilty. Either that or like Ray Fiennes in
Schindler's.
in Schindler's List. He goes downstairs. You almost had me. You almost got me. Just beats the shit out of her.
He wanted to fuck Helen badly.
Dude, he wanted her bad, and he was so guilt-ridden by really being attracted to that Jew.
And he was saying, like, I would never let them get you. I would just kill you first. Like, he was trying to make her feel better.
I would take you in the woods and shoot you myself. I pardon you.
Pardon you. Let's go to Eric in New Mexico, of all places. Eric.
Hey, morning, boys.
Louis Black
hey,
in studio,
Louis,
yes.
Hey. I saw both of your specials yesterday, the history of the joke and the holiday one.
Mm-hmm.
First off, on the history of the joke, fucking Bob Kelly should be shot. He was beyond creepy.
You could just stop with Bob Kelly should be shot. We all agree.
And the holiday segment with Ron White, you sitting down with him, and then him being the poster boy for all that's wrong during the holidays, had me rolling.
Yeah, that was good. He was really dead on. and brought all the stuff. He was working with props. He was like Carrot Top.
Yeah, and that's what had me rolling, was him pulling the props out of his bag. And then when he pulls out the bong, I'm like, oh, my God.
And it's true. That's Ron.
Yeah, Ron.
Yeah.
I did something on Comedy Central with him, believe it or not, and he was so mad they wouldn't let him smoke his cigar.
Yeah.
He's a fucking animal.
He's unbelievable.
Is he really an animal?
An animal. He just drinks and smokes.
He can really put it down.
Well, right on, Eric. Lewis has got a new special. We should at least promote that a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to because they'll yell at me. So I apologize.
It's the only reason you're here, obviously.
No, I'm not here because of that.
You never come by just to say
here we
hi
go.
anymore.
Now, this is why I don't come by. I was here, just so you know, out there in New Mexico, I was here when nobody would come in, and they actually had a ham radio service.
That is all right.
When no one would come to see them, I would roll in. Could you come, Lewis? Yeah, I'll come.
What does that say
I'll
about you?
be there. Oh, well, it said that, we were both trying to get out of the sewer.
There's no denying that.
But it was fun.
We had a good time.
We had a great time.
But you got a new special,
I've got a special that'll be out on a new network called Epix, which if you can find it, they'll probably send you a check.
I don't know about this Epix.
Epix is a new, like an HBO, Showtime, movies. The first two comedy specials are mine and Eddie Izzard.
Okay.
And
wow.
They're doing a special too about Sam Kinison. They're doing a documentary kind of a piece, and
I want to see that.
And then it's on right now. It's only on that I know of Verizon Fios. So, but eventually it's going to hit. Supposedly, that's what they tell me. It'll be on every cable.
And
Oh, they told you that, huh?
Of course they did.
They got a couple of. We've heard those stories over the years.
Those stories
all over.
What about the one in Boston? No, we're going to get a bigger. We're going to get a bigger stick, and you're going to be heard all over New England.
Yeah. It's going to be
heard
great.
that one, Louis.
No more static.
Yes, sirree. But it's and it'll be cheaper. The whole thing.
Right. Well, that sounds good.
Yeah, you and Eddie Izzard. I mean, they're both at least big comics. That they got specials from.
Yep. She's eating a banana.
I just got
That is completely wrong.
Watching Francine actually deep throat a banana was pretty good. Your technique.
Is the badge holding up, Francine?
I was supposed to be deep throwing a dick last night, but
what happened?
I got hungover. I had a headache, so I couldn't get to Brooklyn to get to my sex buddy. It was really bad.
Brooklyn?
Yeah, I didn't bring in my birthday with some good sex, which kind of sucked.
Black guy?
I haven't been able to find a white guy lately.
What the fuck? They're all over the place.
They like Asians now, so...
What?
Yeah.
Is that what the deal is?
It's been like that forever.
What if a white guy is going out of just whiteness, it's Asian?
Yeah.
I see a lot more black couples around. Usually it's black guys, white girls, but
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, she's right about
white
the Asian
guys
thing.
love
There's
Asian
a lot of that
chicks.
going on.
I don't know
Do this with your eyes.
Well,
Let's
there
see.
are more in.
Let's see if you can.
There are more of them coming over.
They are.
Louis, could she
You
pass
look
for
a
an
little
Asian if she
Asian.
did this?
Yeah, but I'm not Asian enough.
You look like very tan Asian.
Really?
Yeah.
You look spectacular. Really,
See?
I don't,
Thank you,
really,
Louis.
seriously, you could be a fruitsicle. I don't give a shit. I'm serious. How do people pick by race now?
Yeah. Well, you are you Hutu?
I'm Tutsi.
You're a Tutsi.
She's a Tootsie.
She's
Are
a
you really?
Tutsi. Yeah.
You can tell. Look at her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the longer, thinner arms and fingers and stuff.
What are you talking?
It's great.
What documentary have you watched
Jimmy
recently?
the Greeks.
She's an obvious. She's an obvious.
He told us all what it was about. Jimmy the Greek.
Jimmy the Greek reference.
Yeah. See, they talked about that, and the colonists, the people that were colonizing, had really started some shit between the two by saying that one was superior to the other.
And we are.
See, and it's stuck.
See, she
and that's why there was mass genocide going on in Rwanda.
Way to take the sexy out of the segment.
Jimmy lost his heart on.
Yeah, really, it was great for a while.
Why? I thought it was getting sexy.
Kid the cockroaches.
Jesus.
All we need now is Don Cheadle crying.
Are the Tutsis really number one?
Yep.
And who's the worst?
I can't really say it. It's politically incorrect.
Just say it.
You might as well.
Come on, you guys.
Let's just make believe we're not on the radio. Who would it be?
South Africans.
Kenyans
Kenyans?
Rhodesians,
cool.
if they were still around.
Somalians.
Which would?
Okay, we'll say the Somalians.
No, who would you say? You had one.
Well, who are the best?
The worst.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you holding back now? Because you're 30?
That's not cool. We're not trying to start any more wars.
Oh, look at what happened to her. She turns 30 and she's all like,
Well, that's what
she
happens.
would say anything.
No, that's what happens.
You talked about when you're fucking,
Well, the
when
Hoots
you
is the big-
miscarried into a toilet and started laughing. Come on.
That was hilarious.
It is one of the greatest moments ever on the show. Let's be honest with you.
Jesus
We might
Christ.
have to
One of the
replay
greatest
that.
moments of my
I
life.
don't doubt it.
It was
Can we
minus
replay that?
$200 if I had to fucking get an abortion.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any money, and I was working at Burger King. That fucking shit coming out of me was a lifesaver.
That's good. Wow.
I walked out of there feeling so good. Like, yeah.
So you're into Obama's health care plan?
I think it's a good idea. However, it's not at a good time. There's no money. And really and truly, I think we should just try to get jobs back and just let the people who have stuff just die for now.
Wow.
Was she had,
Well, after the miscarriage thing, we can move right into this.
up until the very end, it sounded like this is a good point.
Yeah, really. You have just...
The wheels fell off.
What
Yeah,
a salient
no, it
point.
wasn't.
What a good
You
point.
blew it.
She's retarded.
Yeah. You know how many people die?
jobs.
She blew an axle on that one.
Dear,
There are no jobs.
Yeah, there are no jobs. 45,000 people a year die because there's not health care. Got it? More than who die in a war. Okay, get a grip.
So it should be more people that die without health care, I guess.
Wait, get a grip
But
on
they get
it.
the jobs back first.
Yeah,
Make jobs
so that
more.
they can, so that what?
But if there are no jobs, people are not going to eat.
And do we
you
go
rather
into
eat or have
Afghanistan?
people
Do we go
die?
into Afghanistan too?
No, you should pull out, but then they're just going to continue going crazy over there.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you,
The
the health...
Iranians are going to take over if they leave Afghanistan. Or is it Iraq? Whatever.
There we go.
Same shit.
I can't believe I'm arguing.
I got my money on Francine so far.
Yeah, Lois, you're not making any good points yet.
I listen to NPR every
Yeah,
day
okay.
now.
Yeah?
That's perfect. Let her run it.
She listens to NPR, Lois.
Yeah.
All fucking day, and then C-SPAN after.
I go outside, that's all I see. NPR.
Yeah.
Oh my God, jeez.
I'm really knowledgeable now
Jeez,
about
are you?
everything.
Really?
All right, like
Yeah.
what? Because Lewis is here. He's a knowledgeable
He's a
man.
smart guy.
I say we hold off on the health care.
Why? You can't
Well,
just say
we're
that.
already in the middle of it.
Yeah, we're about to get it, but like,
No,
Okay,
no,
look,
no,
I'm
they're-
going to explain health
they're
care.
debating.
It's fairly
Yes.
simple.
Yeah. Lewis, I would
this
love
is
to
what
hear
we're
your
going to do, okay?
Okay.
Because it's never going to get better because we're idiots. All right, that's the basic.
no, we're the best.
We are, really?
Yeah.
What planet do you
Better
live
than
on? We're the best
everybody else
at
in the
what?
whole world.
What?
Better than
We're
the
the best at what?
French
We don't-
and the Brits.
Really?
And everybody. America's the best.
Really?
Have you been to those other places?
Yes, I have. I've been
Oh,
there.
shit,
and they
sorry.
suck.
Oh, look at what they're saying now. When you're talking about, we should just pull out of Afghanistan, they're saying they wish your dad had pulled out.
Oh, see.
Wow.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
Wow, it
That's,
just gets ugly.
I was an
terrible.
accident, and I was already told that, and I'm good with it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They
Just
had
happened?
to tell you that?
Yeah.
Why would they tell you
that?
Why not? It's the truth.
Wow.
But why would they tell you?
By the way, Lewis, thank
was
you.
a
Kevin
fan.
from Connecticut, yes, I have to remind you that she is a college graduate, too.
Yes.
That is correct.
Well, I didn't say, what did I say?
So she knows her shit.
Well,
I
I
do
don't
know
give a
my
shit.
Is America the greatest place
I
on
wanna
earth,
hear-
Lewis?
No.
Number
I want to
one.
hear Lewis's take on healthcare.
It's fairly simple.
All right.
What we have right now in terms of health care in this country is a pile of shit. Okay? It stinks. All right? And what they're going to do, oh, yeah, it does.
I had health care. It was really good.
Well, congratulations.
Atta
You had
girl.
health care. You're sitting over a toilet having a miscarriage. Don't tell me you had health care. How good is your health care? You son of a bitch.
Shitting out your baby.
That's because
Yeah.
I didn't want my mom to know I was 17.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have gotten my free abortion. Thank you.
Not your free abortion.
Whatever.
It's $250 at the free clinic.
I was going to go to the clinic, though, whatever those clinics are called.
Lewis says it's a pile of
Parenthood.
shit. I want to hear
It is
more
a
from
pile of shit. I have three health insurance companies, and all they do, literally all they do, is argue over who's going to pay my bill. Okay, I had a colonoscopy because that's what you're supposed to have when you turn this age. Oh, you've got a lot to look forward to.
I hope I don't have to get one.
Oh, you're going to have to get one, and by then they're going to do it with a larger thing.
I got a probe for you.
Yeah, they're going to say the small one isn't big enough. That's what the next. But it took them a year to pay that off. Like I asked to do it. Like I said, I could go to the Aruba this week, but what I'd really like to do is shove a submarine up my ass. So would one of you guys pay for it?
But now, did that affect you in any way?
The colonoscopy?
No, I'm sure that's it.
Yes. He came on his leg.
Like the doctor and the insurance companies duking it out. Did that affect you in any way, aside from getting an occasional letter?
Well,
you weren't liable
what
for it.
affected me was the fact that the money was going to these guys having a discussion over my ass. Okay, that's what affected me. I'm not paying them to talk to each other. I'm paying them to. Here's what you do: colonoscopy, write a check, shut up, do the next check. You stupid piece of shit.
I agree with that.
But you
It's
have a
not hard to
pile of
agree
shit. You have a basic pile of shit insurance. And what they're doing now is they're going to turn it into a different pile of shit. And they'll say, oh, but you'll say, what's the difference? And what the difference is the shit we're going to have will smell different. It'll be a different pungent odor. But that's all we're fucking getting. It's the same pile of shit that they're rearranging. This will be elk shit.
I think it's going to cost more, this shit, though.
Exactly.
You don't think so?
Nope.
Then what is this?
It's already costing
come
more.
Up?
It's going to cost more because we're paying for some people to have insurance.
But I don't want to pay for them.
Well, then,
and neither do I, Anthony.
I can't argue with that. I mean, I seriously can't. I was thinking about the arguments we've had, and it's really like I love yelling at you, but it's also reached the point of it's like
you can't argue with a guy that is
he's
blatantly honest. You don't give a shit about anyone else.
No, but what I like is you just say it as opposed to those guys in Congress who go, well, and you're saying, they're saying, okay, fuck them.
Yeah.
But you just say fuck them.
I just say
I can buy fuck them. That's simple. It's to the point.
Do you think it's a coincidence that with all the healthcare talk going on and them trying to get this passed, that all of a sudden the government comes out with these new when women should get pap smears and mammograms, and they're saying, well, you can put it off now. You can put it off. Do you see this as tied in some way, shape, or form, that the government is saying, look, now that we're going to have to pay for some of this shit, we're going to make people just kind of cut back and not get as many tests and do this and that.
I know you do.
Yes.
I know, because it's not.
Because when a fetus falls out of her vagina.
Because basically, it's,
I love pap smears. I had one the other day.
Why do you love them?
With a paint roller.
It's fun. It's uncomfortable. It's like getting raped by the doctor, but not really. And they put that flashlight in there, and then they stick your fingers inside and say, does this hurt? It's great.
She rules.
Wow. How do you not have your own show?
Francine is unbelievable.
She rules.
I had my first pap smear when I was 14.
Yeah? You liked it?
It wasn't bad. I'd already had sex, so I was like, well, this is kind of
They put that metal thing in the speculum.
The clam, clap, clap, clap,
and
clap.
it opens up.
Yeah, and then they put this thing inside and it goes click, click, and you just feel it like just rotating and doing funny stuff inside of you.
Yeah?
I've always liked pap smears since then.
She's the greatest.
You just shut up, Louis. Louis doesn't know what to do with that.
She likes pap smears.
I love it.
Well, really, seriously, you ought to have your own medical channel.
Louis, why didn't you like the colonoscopy?
I actually liked it. It was the best sleep I've ever had.
Well, yeah. You had the propofol?
They knocked me totally out.
Propofol? The shit that knocked out Jackson?
I said the only thing that I'm upset about with is that when I found out that Michael Jackson had the anesthesiologist come to his house every night, I never knew it was an option. I didn't know you could just call him up and have him knock you the fuck out.
Get a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Finally.
That's scary, though.
Did they used to give those colonoscopies without anything? Like they would just give you like
a gel or something.
Oh, no, there's that sigmoidoscopy.
What the fuck is that?
Where they just send a half missile up here and give you a shot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And that's no fun.
I want to get a colonoscopy.
You do?
Well, okay.
All right.
Really? Well,
I
we
actually-
can get
I'm
that
Giving
done.
them away at the compound this evening.
We can work that out.
Feel free to come over. My anesthesia is called Guinness. It's on tap downstairs. And the probe is,
Why don't you go home
it's
with
not as
Anthony?
mechanical as it is organic.
Go home with Anthony today, Francine.
Let's have a baby, Anthony.
Oh, what?
You want to have a baby now?
Yeah, I think
I needs a baby.
in 2 years, I think I want to have one.
In 2 years.
Yeah, because I'm still having fun.
All right, so we can just fuck around for like 12 months or so.
It'll be 24 months, because that's 2 years.
Well, no, you would have.
Yeah, but then you'd have to have
See, you'd have to have
9
it.
year gestation period
to grow some shit
9
inside.
year, 9 month, 9 year.
What is she, a cicada?
Yes, you locust.
Francine, show Lewis how smart you are. A little more knowledge for Lewis. I think you're surprising him today.
Surprise isn't the word.
Well, give me a topic, and I'll give you like.
All right, Lewis,
an
that's
opinion.
fair.
Because I am really smart.
All right, what do you think about the Afghanistan? What do we do there?
I think it's just a horrible mess. We need to send like 100,000 troops to Afghanistan, kill out the Taliban, and just give Hamid Karzai like $1 billion and be like, dude, you're on your own now. That's a good plan.
Lewis?
Secretary of State, right there.
Yeah.
There she is.
What do you think, Lewis?
That works for me.
That's easy.
That's good,
That's
right?
easy.
a really
Here's
good
mine.
plan.
I like it. A bunch of people.
My plan, get
Pay
them
'em
indoor,
off.
get them indoor plumbing. Take all the troops out. You don't fight at people who don't have indoor plumbing. Okay, you don't. People who like the smell of their own shit are the people you fear.
The other thing you could do is you could find Bin Laden. Everybody says he's in Pakistan anyway. Go to Pakistan.
Find Aladdin?
Bin Laden.
Oh, I thought you meant Aladdin, like a magic lamp, and just make this all disappear.
I got a question for her next. Go ahead, finish that.
So you find Bin Laden in Pakistan, and the war ends right there. You won't even have to do anything in Afghanistan anymore, because Bin Laden's who we're really afraid of.
Is this a Star Trek episode where he's the head robot, and when you kill him, they all go...
Yeah, exactly.
You're still going to get people that hate America.
No. Once you
And-
kill Bin Laden, you kill the fear.
Yeah?
I think so. He's the answer to our problem.
We almost had him, too. That story came out over break, huh?
Yeah.
Well, if they don't get him, that means that it's just a fake.
How
fucking war.
close were we, Lewis?
Pretty close. We were like moments away.
Moments away.
Yeah.
And how did he get away?
It was 2001. Was it? It was right off the.
Well, then
the
that's
bat.
Bush's fault then.
All right. I got a question for you. Disney, the Black Princess. We were talking about this earlier. What's your thoughts on the Black Princess kissing a frog
I'm
and turning
really,
into a frog?
I'm really excited about it. However, they said that the prince is white, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And
That's
I
what
think
I
that's-
saw.
If it wasn't Louisiana, I wouldn't feel like weird about it. And I know they have that crazy mix-up like thing going on down there. But I was like, I thought it was a good idea for a start, even if she does turn into a frog, because then she's gonna turn back into a princess, right?
Apparently, yeah.
I hope so.
But she'll always be black.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with being black?
Nothing.
Okay.
Black is beautiful.
That's right. Especially if you're Tootsie.
She doesn't like the...
Is the Black Princess a Tootsie?
Yeah,
No,
she
she's
looks...
not.
Kind of looks
does
like
she
a
look?
young Francine in
It
cartoon
does, kind of.
Yeah.
That's Francine
A little
before
bit.
she hit
No,
30.
No, you guys. No, she wouldn't be Tootsie. We look a specific way.
He looks gay.
Yes.
He
He
does.
looks like Los Frutos.
Every, like, Disney leading guy, cartoon guy, looks a little swishy.
Yeah, don't they?
Yeah.
What's the look of the Tootsie? What's your features?
Well, actually, they just look like they're tall, thin, and they have big eyes and small noses and
Yeah.
small. It's just like a really nice. It's almost Ethiopian, like kind of Somali look.
Oh.
Like you think of Iman. That's what a lot of my mom's friends look like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I could think of her.
She's a great actress. Do you ever see it No Way Out?
She's a model. She's not an actress.
She was in No Way Out. She was terrific. Yes, she was. She overacted every scene.
Oh, was she bad?
He's like, oh, she stunk. He's like, I could have you on the first plane back to Johannesburg. I have a feeling you don't want to go. And she goes, you get right. She's terrible.
Oh, we got some comments coming in. Steve on Long Island. Steve, we got Lewis Black in studio and Francine, who's celebrating the big 3-0 today. What do you got?
How you doing, guys?
Hey.
I'm listening to Lewis and Francine about this little debate that they're having, and I'm going to say I might have to go with Lewis based on the fact that I can't trust anybody who puts saran wrap on their pussy.
Did you put saran wrap on your pussy?
I think the one time I had sex with a chick, I did.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, right.
With
You
a
on
chick?
hers.
Yeah,
You used it like a dental dam,
I
kind
didn't
of.
want to do it, really.
You didn't want to lick her, so you put
Yeah.
saran wrap there.
Yeah.
It's like wrapping up a tuna sandwich, right? You just want to, yeah.
They shouldn't use tinfoil.
Hey, we got Priscilla, very upset with Francine. Priscilla.
I can't believe that you have a woman on very infrequently and then you have her. I mean, come on.
What's the matter?
And she's debating health care reform with Lewis.
Hold on, Francine, these headphones.
You're a racist.
She's calling you
No,
stupid.
I'm not at all.
Priscilla, you are a racist.
You're a
you just
whore.
don't like her.
Go suck a dick, Priscilla.
Oh, my God.
You
And that's
probably
not
don't
nice.
have any dicks to suck. You're probably ugly and fat.
Didn't you not have one last night?
What?
Dick to suck.
Well,
No,
I was
she's
gonna
just
have
too
one, but
Priscilla,
I was
put
too tired.
on, Francine, put on headphones so you could listen to Priscilla. She's very angry.
No, I'm not very angry. I just can't believe Lewis has to waste his time on talking to.
Why are you wasting your time calling in stupid?
No, I'm not stupid. Hardly. Hardly. You don't know anything about health care reform, and you also haven't had anything wrong with you probably, except
No,
your brain.
because I'm perfect.
No. Wait till you need a CAT scan and it comes up empty. Oh, Jesus. You're in
Why
bad
would I
shape.
need a CAT scan?
To see if your brain is still there.
She doesn't even
It's
have a
not
cat.
there. Yeah, right,
I was
exactly.
waiting for that one.
Exactly.
You sound.
But you're entertaining on the
You
radio.
sound.
You're just not
You
smart.
sound very overeducated. Maybe you should uneducate yourself and go
That's
cook
it.
some dinner.
Well, then we
Dumb
can
whore.
together, and then I'll
Yeah,
my
that's why
brain will
men
get
probably don't
sucked
like
out.
you because you're too smart.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. No, but really. to
Yeah,
stick
what do
to
you have, a
you know.
PhD?
No, hardly.
Go
no.
suck a dick. Slobber, slobber, slobber.
Yeah. No,
See?
but really, Lewis needs to talk to somebody who knows something about health care reform.
Why would
And
you call in to talk about health care?
You're the one who was talking about it.
Yeah, Lewis doesn't want to sit here and look at a hot girl's ass. He wants to discuss health care with the likes of you, Priscilla.
I know.
Why don't you go join a book club? Tune into Oprah.
No.
Yeah, go read.
Yeah.
That's her insult. Why don't you read?
I know. Isn't that horrible? I know.
Reading is good for you.
How would you know that?
I'm telling you because you know it's good for you.
I know it is.
Yeah,
I
because
know.
nobody wants you, Priscilla. That's
No, I
why you
know,
should just
that's
keep
it.
reading.
Yeah, I know. No, that's not true. But anyway, I just wanted to say that you should get someone on to talk about politics and healthcare reform with somebody who actually knows what they're talking about.
Priscilla, coming in right now. Priscilla, driest pussy in the world. We were talking about that earlier.
And Priscilla, you also have breast cancer.
Oh my God!
Wow.
You're going to lose a tit this year.
Wow.
No,
She's the only woman who makes me feel like I'm religious.
She is brutal.
Wow.
No, I don't. But,
Wow.
But thanks.
Oh, God. Wow. I need somebody. Oh, I got to go.
Yeah, Lewis has to go. Lewis is
They're sending
on a
me
tight
out.
schedule.
Thank you, Priscilla.
I'll be back, guys. Thank you.
Hold on, Lois, what's the big plug? Because we're going to leave. too.
Epics.
Epics.
It opens December 5th on hopefully a channel near you, FiOS.
Do they have an online element that we could all take a look at?
If you
yet?
go to www, I think Epics, EPIX.com. I
All right.
think.
Okay.
Nobody gave me any information. But what was most fun was being here with you guys.
Yeah, don't be a stranger.
Okay, no, fuck, 10 o'clock? You
Yeah, we
fuckers,
could do
now
this.
you'll see me.
We could do this on a regular basis.
Take care, okay?
All right,
Happy
Lewis
birthday.
Black, thank you.
Yeah.
Lewis
Francine,
almost
thank
forgot. You almost forgot that I'll be at Caroline's this Thursday through Sunday. 212-757-4100.
Go see him.
And happy birthday to
He
Francine.
makes me laugh.
30 years young today, right, Francine?
That's right.
Great ass.
See you guys tomorrow.